from WMIX Sports. Rams football on WMIX and WMIXsports.com is powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland, banking at the speed of you. Mount Vernon Rams football is also presented in part by Bryn Lake College, SSM Health, State Farm Agent Tony Wilk, Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports in Nashville, Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply, First Mid-Bank and Trust, Munkin Toyota and Munkin Buick GMC, Crossroads Community Hospital, Fairfield Auto Sales, Country Financial Agent Josh Finley, Joe's Pizza and Pasta, Roy Schmidt Honda of Effingham, and also by Wilford Printing, the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, One Stop Flooring America, Ford Square and King City Chrysler Center, People's National Bank, Landers Collision Center, and Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac. We take you to the SSM Health broadcast booth for the Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Mount Vernon Rams football starts now.
Homecoming night from Ken Hunt Stadium tonight as the Mount Vernon Rams welcome the Carbondale Terriers in search of win number 1. I'm Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside Brianna Sanders back at our Mount Vernon studio as Zach Mattmiller takes care of the camera tonight for WMIXsports.com. The Carbondale Terriers are 4-1 after last week's loss to the Cahokia Comanches at home. Meanwhile, the Mount Vernon Rams are winless after last week's tough loss at home here to the Marion Wildcats. Homecoming hopes to be a turnaround for the Rams here as we welcome you inside the SSM Health broadcast booth for your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. The Mount Vernon Rams, again, coached by Jared Kessler. Injuries have been the bugaboo here in 2019. They hope to overcome that tonight against a very improved Carbondale Terrier outfit. And Kyle, I know you had the conversation with Coach Kessler last week on the Saturday Sports Show. We'll touch on that in just a moment. But for the Rams tonight to come away with a win, and we'll touch on the keys to the game a little bit later, really it's going to come down to defense. And we thought at times they had made improvements in week 4, week 3 even. But in week 5, just really the only defensive showcase we saw was a safety to get the 2 points on the board before the end of the game.
Yeah, we saw a Marion team last week, probably the most well-oiled machine of a football team we have seen all year long. They are the first team that was able to contain Mount Vernon to under 20 points on the season. Mount Vernon just absolutely could get nothing going last week. And, of course, you mentioned it, it's homecoming. You know there's going to be extra motivation on this home sideline here tonight. They want to get a victory over Carbondale and maybe perhaps play spoiler. Carbondale maybe still has a shot at a conference title if they can beat Mount Vernon tonight and win the next 2 weeks. Of course, that would include beating Marion a couple weeks from now. But, you know, this Carbondale team, this is a very tough foe here tonight for Mount Vernon, and a Mount Vernon team 0-5 on the year. They are battling injuries. It's just a really young squad here this year. They have got a tall task ahead of them here tonight.
They certainly do. No tall task in front of us. We have the interview from this past Saturday Sports Show with Mount Vernon Rams football coach Jared Kessler. It's coming right up. WMIX, WMIXsports.com is where we will be. But first, it's Jared Kessler from the Saturday Sports Show after a quick break. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Hi, this is Brandon Bullard, the president of the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce, inviting you to the inaugural Southern Illinois Cornhole Tournament, October 12th at Roadhouse Harley-Davidson. The first 128 teams will compete. First place prize, $1,200 cash with a $2,700 total payout. Register now for just $50 a team before October 4th. Call 242-5725 or log on to southernillinois.com for details. Sponsored by First Mid-Bank, Roadhouse Harley-Davidson, and the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, your unique condition is at the center of all we do. Whether you want to compete at the top of your game, play with your grandkids, or simply enjoy a day without pain, the Orthopedic Center is there for you. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Give them a call at 618-242-3778 or visit them at orthocenter-si.com.
It's Ram Power Days at Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports in Nashville. Holzhauer's team of friendly professionals will help you choose the reliable Ram truck that best fits your needs. Come see why so many people choose Holzhauer's. Tax, title, license, and dock not included. Rebates and discounts have been applied. See us on Facebook or go to holzhauers.com. Save on all new Chrysler inventory during Ram Power Days at Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports, Route 127 North in Nashville.
The Rend Lake College Warriors are back in season. Check out the new site at RendLakeWarriors.com. See scores as soon as they're final. Follow your favorite teams, track stats, get schedules, and read the stories. Register for free as a VIP member, and you will also get special access to deals on RLC merchandise, tickets, and news. Don't wait. Become a VIP at RendLakeWarriors.com, the new home for RLC Athletics Online.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo with Kyle Norris in the SSM Health broadcast booth. This is your Landers Towing and Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. Mount Vernon Rams and Carbondale Terriers. It's homecoming night tonight here from Ken Hunt Stadium. And, of course, we need to revisit last week's interview with Rams football coach Jared Kessler. Quite the conversation between JK and Kyle Norris. Talked about the mistakes from last Friday night as well as the youth on the field. Of course, a little inexperience right now. A lot of freshmen and sophomores starting to see that varsity letter here in 2019. Also trying to find a way to find some more playmakers. That was a pivotal part of the conversation this past Saturday. Also, the ultimate playmaker, Evan Leake. He was part of the discussion. And his homecoming extra motivation. We find out Kyle Norris and Jared Kessler. Here it is.
Of course, last night against Marion, Kerry Martin and his Wildcats were definitely prepared, and really they were just a well-oiled machine. And they came in and they were able to get the win last night over your guys. Overall, what did you think of how the kids played?
Well, I mean, we're making a lot of mistakes still, and we're young, and but it's no excuse. We keep shooting ourselves in the foot, and we got to stop doing that so we can compete in the game. I mean, I think we compete physically and with our attitudes and stuff. I think we do a good job at times, but we keep making silly penalties, during drives or whatever it might be, and it just eventually it wears on you, and it's hard to make up that stuff. So a couple big plays and have them called back, and too many drop passes, and we needed guys to step up, and we just didn't have it last night.
And you mentioned the drop passes. It ended up last night. Hunter Simmons, from my count, went 8 for 28 passing, and and it seemed like there were at least 3 or 4 passes in there that the receiver was wide open, and unfortunately just had a case of the drops, couldn't catch the ball. And you think about it, if all those are brought in, if maybe half of the 50-50 balls are brought in, the offense is an entirely different story last night.
Yeah, I think we could have got some momentum several times during several drives, and we just couldn't connect, and we're trying to find guys that can make plays, and we just don't have a lot of guys. So we play guys that we hope to make plays, and we're trying new guys as the season's going. But those guys they're young. Sometimes they don't know where to line up correctly, but the freshman class is really helping us out this year, and it's tough to play teams like Marion and the teams we face that with. And I looked out there at one point, I think we had 5 freshmen on the field, and you're just not going to win a lot of varsity games with 5 freshmen on the field, and it's just part of it. I mean, but we need some of our older guys to step up, and I hope they can do that in the future.
And one thing that happened here in last night's game compared to the first few weeks, Evan Leake, when he's been able to get the ball, he obviously goes off with it. Number 1 receiver in the state going into this ball game, according to Max Preps. And even with plenty of times last night that he was double covered by Marion, he still somehow ends up with 6 receptions, 6 of the 8 passes last night completed to him, and he still almost ended up with 100 yards receiving. Unfortunately, the run game as a whole just couldn't get started anywhere last night. But what does it show about Evan that even when he is double covered and he is the focus of the Marion defense last night, he can still almost put up 100 yards receiving?
Yeah, he's a playmaker, and he's a amazing football player. He can do things when he has the ball in his hands that most people can't do, and it's amazing to watch him. And and I keep talking to him and Hunter about, hey, he's going to start getting double, triple teamed, and we had some guys open last night. And, Hunter didn't see him at times, and he did see him at other times, and we didn't catch the ball. So, we're trying to, get other guys involved besides Evan, just because he's going to be triple teamed the rest of the year. And, it's my job to try to get him the ball still. And I thought we did, but not as much as I would like. A kid like that, you want him to get the ball all the time, but when they're going to put 3 guys on him, that leaves other guys wide open, and those guys have to make plays, and we just didn't last night. So, but he's an amazing player.
My guest here, Jared Kessler, Mount Vernon football coach. Coach, one last question before we get to the social media question of the week. Carbondale coming up at home this week. It is homecoming week, so there's going to be extra festivities around the ball game coming up this Friday night. What do you know about Carbondale, and what do you think of the matchup, given there's going to be a little bit extra motivation here for your guys to get a homecoming victory?
Yeah, well, they're a great ball club. They got beat last night, but they're a tough squad. They're fast. They're explosive, and I consider them in the same category as Marion. It's going to be a tough game. I think we came out of Marion unscathed with injuries, and I think we might be able to get a player back or two that's been sitting out, and I'm hoping we can compete with them, and like I said, it just, I hope we, as a program and as a community and school, keep promoting football and try to get more of our athletes out that are in the school, and so we can compete with these guys. We used to, and times have kind of changed, but these ball clubs are good, and we just need more guys. You can't win football games with 1 or 2 guys, making plays. You got to have more than that.
And Coach, social media question of the week. You got a preview of this question, so I expect a very good, well-rounded, thorough, thought-out answer. The listeners
Definitely.
The listeners will find out why a little later on in the program. But the social media question of the week here: what are you most looking forward to in the month of October?
All the fall festivals. I love traveling around to all the towns in Southern Illinois, going to fall festivals, trying all the food, just seeing all the families out enjoying themselves and watching parades. And my kids love it. I really enjoy it. It's always great weather, and there's just tons of fall festivals we go to, and as a family, and it's something I've always enjoyed, and it's football season still. So, you got football and you got fall festivals, and it's a great month.
So then my question for you for what you're doing today, are you going to Mount Vernon's Fall Fest, or are you going down to West Frankfort for the Ranger Redbird football game?
Well, I'm going to Murfreesboro to watch the Mount Vernon Rams, 5th grade through 8th grade, go down there and win some football games. So, we got a great JCSA program right now. Our youth programs are having success, and so I'm ready to leave right now. I head down to Murfreesboro, and it's football all day today. So, I'm hoping in the evening when football's over, I might be able to catch a fall festival on the way back. But it's fun to watch these young guys have success, and 7th and 8th grade are doing really well, and the 5th and 6th have been fighting really well, and it makes me happy for the future for Mount Vernon. But that's what I'll be doing.
So, an unnamed third option for your Saturday. My guest, Jared Kessler, the Mount Vernon football coach. Coach, hopefully JCSA football can pick up a few wins here today, and we'll see you next Friday. Thank you, sir.
All right, thanks, Kyle.
That was Kyle Norris with Jared Kessler this past week on the Saturday Sports Show. They will do it again tomorrow, at least schedule permitting, right here on AM 940, 96.1 and 96.5 FM, or log on to WMIXSports.com. That's where we will be after a quick break. You can also watch in high definition tonight. It's homecoming night. The Mount Vernon Rams seek their first win against the 4-1 Carbondale Terriers. South Seven Conference action just moments away here on WMIX, WMIXSports.com, as are your starting lineups and your Munkin Toyota Buick GMC keys to the game. It's all straight ahead. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Are you ready for your team to get their license? I'm Country Financial Representative Josh Finley. I know it's a little scary when you see your kids backing out of the driveway by themselves for the first time, but knowing that your young driver has the proper protection from Country Financial could make you feel better. Call today, 242-4024, or visit me online at josh.finley@countryfinancial.com.
When you're the people's choice for a favorite Italian restaurant, you're on top of your game, and that's Joe's Pizza. Where else can you go to get the great, superb Chicago-style pizza and amazing pastas? Yep, Joe's is the place. Joe's features homemade sauces from the Trappiano family's secret recipe. At Joe's, you can dine in, carry out, order online, and they deliver to just about anywhere. Experience pizza the way it was meant to be. Joe's Pizza, 819 Jordan in Mount Vernon.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Back on your Landers Collision Center's pregame show, AM 940, 96.1 and 96.5 FM tonight. The Mount Vernon Rams and Carbondale Terriers. You just heard the interview from this past Saturday with Coach Jared Kessler and talk about tonight's game against the Mount Vernon Rams and the Carbondale Terriers. We'll have keys to the game to come in just a moment, sponsored by Munkin Toyota Buick GMC. Operation Kids Safe and their airbag recall event going on Saturday, October 26th from 10 until 2 at Munkin Toyota Buick GMC. Includes free digital fingerprint and photo safety documentation for every kid, a trunk or treat. Even sister station WDML and the Rockin' Rhino will be making an appearance Saturday, October 26th. We'll have keys to the game coming up in just a bit. This is your Landers Towing and Collision Center's pregame show. Finding the right collision repair facility may seem like a tough choice. See why Landers is the only choice and read actual customer reviews at landersauto.com. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. One thing we do know, we'll go ahead and meet the starting lineups. Carbondale won the coin toss. They defer. Mount Vernon Rams will have the football first. They will receive the kickoff. We might as well go ahead and meet the Mount Vernon Rams offense.
And, of course, they're going to be led at quarterback by number 11, Hunter Simmons. Evan Leake, Coach K has told me, is listed as a wide receiver tonight. Kai Maxwell going to be the running back. The other receivers will be Lanzel Wilson and Anthony Lash. And also Marcus Garrett will be starting at wide receiver here today. And then the offensive line, Jeray Mincy is the official starter. Justin Walker may also start at center. That's going to be a game-time decision. Left guard is going to be Javen Jones. Right guard, Everett Mathis. Left tackle, Deshaunce King. And right tackle, Devin Edwards. That's your starting lineup for Mount Vernon on the offense.
Of course, Carbondale Terriers come in at 4-1 after last week's loss to Cahokia. Might as well meet the Terrier defense since, barring a collapse of some sort on the kickoff, they should be on the field first.
And the defensive line for Carbondale, it's going to be Bryson Chullen at defensive end, also A.J. Turman at defensive end. Defensive tackle will be Takari Lawrence. The linebackers, at middle linebacker will be Will Bolby and Braden Hudgens as well. And then this is going to be, the outside linebackers, Tavares Macklin and Tyrona Wilson. Cornerbacks will be Tyshawn Leisure and Lamarck Threadgill. Free safety will be DeMarcus Funchess, and then we should have one more in there as well. Luke Daly, inside linebacker. That's why I missed earlier.
We'll take a quick break on this Landers Collision Center's pregame show. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
If you're looking for a new doctor, look no further than the new SSM Health Provider Finder. Search for physicians online based on conditions and treatments, name spellings and pronunciations, and locations near you. What's more, SSM Health doctors are known for taking the time to listen and connect with you. We call this the healing power of presence. You'll find this helpful tool at ssmhealth.com/doctors.
Missed the latest edition of the Saturday Sports Show on WMIX? Well, here's some of what you missed.
It's going to be a great atmosphere. It will be a playoff atmosphere. Both towns will be out there supporting their teams, and it'll be a great environment.
Don't miss the Saturday Sports Show on AM 940, 96.5 FM, also online at WMIXsports.com. Every Saturday starting at 8 a.m. and it's presented by Crossroads Community Hospital.
It's Ram Power Days at Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports in Nashville. Holzhauer's team of friendly professionals will help you choose the reliable Ram truck that best fits your needs. Come see why so many people choose Holzhauer's. Tax, title, license, and dock not included. Rebates and discounts have been applied. See us on Facebook or go to holzhauers.com. Save on all new Chrysler inventory during Ram Power Days at Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports, Route 127 North in Nashville.
Teamwork. Any football player knows you can't win without a great team that works together towards a single goal, to win. For all of us, life happens, from accidents to Mother Nature and everything in between. Hi, this is your local State Farm agent, Tony Wilt. When you're up against a tough opponent, don't go at it alone. Let my team help your family come out of the game a winner. Give us a call, stop by the office in Mount Vernon, or find us online. Put me in, Coach. My State Farm team is ready.
Streaming worldwide at WMIXsports.com. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Keys to the game and every night, every game are presented by Munkin Toyota Buick GMC. Of course, Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon. Committed to finding the perfect vehicle for you. Log on to MunkinToyotaMountVernon.com and select Find My Car. Fill out the form, and it's that easy. They'll do all the looking for as long as you tell them. Munkin's the one. Kyle, keys to tonight's game, the Mount Vernon Rams and Carbondale Terriers.
This has been a key almost every week, and they need to actually get it done this week. They need to complete their tackles. No broken tackles, minimize the broken tackles, so Carbondale is not just running up and down the field here tonight. And the other one, here's a different one for you here tonight. This team is very young. They need to grow up a little bit before our eyes. They need to very much limit the young mistakes that they have been making all season long. They're going to have to minimize them here tonight if they want to have any chance of beating Carbondale, a very good Carbondale team here tonight for their homecoming. Let's see if they grow up before our eyes here tonight.
Absolutely. Munkin Toyota Buick GMC, keys to the game. We need to honor America from Ken Hunt Stadium. We'll be back with more Landers Collision Center's pregame. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
If you have an injury, you may feel like you're on the bench.
Get back into the game with Crossroads Community Hospital in Mount Vernon. Sports injury, chronic and debilitating joint pain, or what about an unexpected accident? Choose Crossroads Community Hospital Orthopedics.
Whether you're an athlete or just used to sitting in the stands and cheering on the team, Crossroads Community Hospital Orthopedics can help you recover from your injury.
Get back in the game. Get back to life with skilled orthopedic care that's close by. Choose Crossroads Community Hospital.
The 2020 Toyota Corolla has made it to the King City. Greater than ever, the 2020 Corolla is the king of compacts, and you can find a great selection at Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon. The Corolla's striking design is lower, wider, and more aggressive, and the pricing is aggressive too, with affordable MSRP and great savings when you check out the Munkin Z price at MunkinToyotaMountVernon.com. Come see why 2020 is shaping up to be the best year yet at Munkin Toyota, just west of the interstates in Mount Vernon.
This is Chase Landers with Landers Towing and Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem, your iCar Gold Class collision repair professionals. So what exactly does iCar certified mean? It means that after an accident, you can rest easy knowing your vehicle is in good hands. It means we'll do a complete diagnostic scan on vehicles before the repairs are started and after they're completed to ensure that all electrical equipment and components are working properly. And it means that your vehicle will be repaired using state-of-the-art measuring technology that gets us within 1 millimeter of the vehicle manufacturer's recommended specifications. Whether your vehicle is made of 6000 series aluminum alloy or ultra high strength steel structures, we have the latest technology to complete the repairs required. And now you can receive a repair estimate from us without ever leaving the comfort of your home and office. Just ask us about our new mobile app. Let us show you why Landers is the most qualified collision repair experts in the area. Landers Towing and Collision Centers in Mount Vernon and Salem. Just give us a call, 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Your home for the Mount Vernon Rams is WMIX Sports, powered by Community First Bank.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, and of course, WMIXsports.com tonight for the Mount Vernon Rams and, of course, the Carbondale Terriers. We're at Ken Hunt Stadium in the SSM Health broadcast booth with Kyle Norris. I'm Chris Hugo. The Mount Vernon Rams again seek win number 1 here tonight. And Kyle, no easy task against this Carbondale team. They've beaten up on the likes of many good teams, including Waterloo, Murfreesboro, a 3 field goal win. Of course, Murfreesboro not playing this week due to a teacher strike, but a very good Murphy team to open the year. And since then, only the loss to Cahokia. Wins against Granite City, of course, as well. And so this is a Carbondale team under Brian Lee, knows how to get the ball in the air, knows how to keep the ball on the ground, but most importantly, knows how to find the end zone.
You know, we're going to see Brian Lee football once again. My first experience with it last year left me jaw-dropped multiple times. It's exciting football to watch, and unfortunately for Mount Vernon, it can be confusing football to play against. And so Mount Vernon has to come prepared for whatever they might see, because you never know what Brian Lee is going to do on this field here tonight.
Well, for the Terriers, again, they've beaten Murfreesboro, Granite City, a rather lopsided win in week 2. Then they doubled up Waterloo at home, traveled to Centralia in a 40-19 win in week 4 to open up South 7 play. Then the loss at home at Frank Blyer Field at Cahokia by a touchdown. And so this is a Cahokia team. Again, they can get it done on the ground. Hilliard, their leading rusher, with 370 yards. Tavares Macklin, who I believe was quarterback last year, has moved into a wideout set and is among their top 3 receivers. So for this Terrier team, they know how to win. For the Mount Vernon Rams, maybe not know how to win, but they can get the football in the end zone. And Evan Leake, of course, one of the top receivers in the state. However, we've seen him experience double coverage, even a triple team at times last week. Rams, as I believe Jared Kessler said in the interview from this past Saturday, have to find ways to get other people the ball. They did that last week. Unfortunately, a lot of dropped passes from the Ram receiving corps, something they need to shore up this week.
And just looking at these stats here from the numbers that I saw from last week, it looks like they didn't add in his receiving yards from that game against Marion. But Evan Leake, still number 2 in the state of Illinois, receiving-wise, according to Max Preps, with the 92 yards, just over 700 yards receiving. He's still one of the best. You've got to find a way to get the ball in his hands, whether it is rushing or if it's through the air. You've got to get the ball in his hands. And also, the second most important thing is there's got to be other playmakers. Carbondale's going to figure it out. They're going to have to find other playmakers here tonight if they're going to want this offense to go.
Well, for the Rams, I mean, you look at right now at the bottom of the conference, and you're looking up. The Marion Wildcats are number 1. They're undefeated. Can clinch a playoff berth as early as tonight with a win over the Althoff Crusaders. They visit Wildcat Stadium here tonight. The other game in the conference, Cahokia travels to Centralia. The Orphans with just 1 win so far this year. A Comanche team that has had some up and down experiences, but with a tough non-conference schedule, they head into the New Evers Field tonight. Elsewhere in Southern Illinois, in the River to River, Mississippi, and at Jonesboro is at Pinckneyville. DuQuoin travels to Sparta. Nashville is at Carterville. In the River to River, Ohio, Harrisburg travels to Benton. Heron is at Massac County. Massac County under Jason Roper. They get a win over Harrisburg last week. No game in Murfreesboro. Frankfort gets a forfeit win over the Murfreesboro Red Devils. Frankfort lost to Benton last week at Johnson Field in Frankfort. Of course, the Redbirds are now going to be 5-1 with tonight's forfeit win. And the BDC tonight around diamond play here in week number 6. They're in their 6th week of conference play. Carmine-White County is at El Dorado, who had a tough loss to Hamco in Rivals Week last week. CZR fell to Recessionville-Waltonville. They traveled to Edwards County tonight. Fairfield heads to Carl Mock Field against the Hamilton County Foxes. Again, that upset win last week over El Dorado. Sestervalier, Waltonville, they travel to Johnston City tonight. And Vinogorville is at Chester. So all Friday night games in the BDC this week. And could be an interesting week of high school football. You see some teams start to clinch their playoff berths tonight, at least the undefeated teams here in Week 6. Only 2 more weeks of conference play remain for 6-team conferences. And for the Mount Vernon Rams, they head to Cahokia next week, Centralia the week after. Last home game until senior night against the Mount Carmel Golden Aces on Friday the 25th. So it'll be interesting to see the Rams get a couple of road games here the next couple of weeks after tonight. And what happens tonight is anybody's guess. But I think if you're the Rams, obviously you have first possession. You want to set the tone early with some offense.
And just looking around the stadium here tonight, there does appear to be a little bit more energy in the stands, a little bit more energy in the band, the cheerleaders, and in the players as well, because they know it's homecoming. Hopefully that energy translates onto the field for Mount Vernon here tonight as they look for a victory over a very tough Carbondale team.
They certainly do. It's Brian Lee's Carbondale Terriers visiting Ken Hunt Stadium tonight for Jared Kessler's Mount Vernon Rams. Rams will be dressed in their home blacks, white sleeves, black numerics trimmed in orange on the sleeves, white numerics and lettering trimmed in orange on the rest of the jersey tops, black pants with a thick white stripe from about the waistband to the knee, and then glossy black helmets with the dual-tone modern-day ram horn from front to back. And then, of course, the little ram horn in toward the ear. For the Carbondale Terriers, away whites. Tough numbers to read already. I believe they are kind of like a grayish silver trimmed in black. Almost impossible to read from this vantage point for the far sideline. Glossy black helmets and white pants for the visiting Terriers. This is WMIX Mount Vernon. Free service from Withers Broadcasting as we are about to have high school football here on this Friday night. All of the action every week, every game, every play is sponsored by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Open or renew a CD at Community First Bank in October, and they'll donate an additional portion of the CD amount to help fight cancer. Locally partnering with SSM Health, Good Samaritan Hospital Cancer Care, and Crossroads Community Hospital. You can visit cfbh.bank for details. Rams will receive here to start this one. Evan Leake, more than likely, will be the deep man. We'll await the kickoff from Carbondale. The 4-1 Terriers tonight, of course, become playoff eligible with a 5th win. Looking at their remaining schedule, no reason not to think this isn't going to be a playoff team under Brian Lee. They were a playoff team a year ago, I believe, hitting the second round and finishing their season with an 8-3 record. It was the first playoff appearance for the Terriers since, I believe, Dan Custer was head coach in 2013.
Kicking off here tonight for Carbondale is going to be Macy Davis. I was talking to one of the members of the coaching staff for Carbondale here before this one as Macy was warming up. He's already said before Macy graduates, she's a junior right now, she's probably going to break the record for the longest field goal kicked by a girl in high school football. Right now that record is 48 yards. She made one in warm-ups from 50 yards just a few weeks ago.
She's got the leg. She's 15 of 17 for point-after attempts. A little off-balance number here to about the 33-yard line, picked up by Anthony Lash. Lash will be pulled down at about the 36, where the Rams will have it 1st and 10. 5 seconds into this one, we are underway from the King City. Welcome those of you logged on to WMIXSports.com, watching on all of your streaming devices, and those of you tuned in on your radio, AM 940, 96.1, and 96.5 FM. Couple FM translators here on AM 940 on this Friday night. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside, Zach Matt Miller with us in the SSM Health broadcast booth. Brianna Sanders is back at the Mount Vernon studio as the Mount Vernon Rams get their first drive of the night, their first series. And it'll be out of the gun for Hunter Simmons with 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Empty backfield here out of the gun for the Ram junior quarterback as Simmons, who wears number 11, will have a man in motion. It's going to be Leak. Leak on a sweep to the right side, trying to go now past the line of scrimmage at the 40. Near sideline, pushed out shy of 45, about the 44. Maybe about a gain of 8. It'll bring up 2nd and about 2 for the Rams. 10 seconds into this one. Still no score as we are just underway in the King City. A beautiful Friday night for high school football, as it is no longer a summer-like evening unless you're just here in the press box. Cool night outside of this press box. So out of the gun, 2 to the right, 3 to the left for Simmons. In motion will be Wilson. Back to pass Simmons, flushed out of the pocket by the Terriers. Gets one off to Wilson about head high, but he can't hang on. Clock will stop with 11:45 to go in the first. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Rams. Ball on their own 44-yard line in this scoreless affair.
Yeah, Hunter Simmons, he looks over his right shoulder, and next thing he sees 3 Carbondale Terriers coming at him, and he thinks, uh-oh.
Tavares Macklin and company gave chase, and they pushed him into a decision. That decision could have been a first down. Unfortunately, the Rams couldn't hang on. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, flanked by a couple of backs as your quarterback on a low snap. Simmons will hand off to Leak. Off-tackle run might get him back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down and short, although it might suggest he may have lost a yard here with 11:34 to go here in this first quarter. Still no score, but it brings up a 4th and short scenario here for the Rams. And really not what you want to see at this point. Under center now will be Simmons. Little goal line set here. As it will be Leak. Off tackle run to the right side. Bounces off a defender. Pass midfield. Still on the sideline. 45-40. Out of bounds. Maybe at the 41. Nope, they'll give him credit all the way to the 40-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of about 16 on the ground for Evan Leak on 4th down. The Rams convert. It'll be a fresh set of downs here. 11:14 mark of the first quarter. Still no score. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. Again, the SSM Health broadcast booth. ssmhealth.com/access/need-care-now. SSM, the healing power of presence. Quick pass, looking for Lash, overthrown at about the 35-yard line in Carbondale territory. That was a quick play, and the official, the white hat. Nope, nothing. Thought maybe there's going to be a late flag. Officials for tonight's game, Patrick Dahlman, Brandon Aldridge, Jacob Phillips, Ray Curtis, and Ron Shelf. We do not have which man is which position on this officiating crew. Out of the gun, flanked to the right side by Kai Maxwell is Hunter Simmons. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Chased already, flushed down, looking for Leak over the top, but yet behind the line of scrimmage. Leak unable to hang on. He had to reach up for it. It falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10, 11:09 mark here this first quarter, about a minute into this one. Still no score. The Rams have converted on 4th down once already, but are 0 of 1 on 3rd down. It'll be Leak to the right side. Tight, triple tight, left side. Out of the gun for the quarterback Simmons. His back is Maxwell. He will be chased again, pressured, has nowhere to go, breaks a few tackles, and now trying to fight off a sack, but he can't. He finally succumbs to the Carbondale pressure by number, that might have been Lamarck Threadgill, the corner, I'm not sure. Again, nearly impossible numbers to see for the Terriers. That'll be a big loss. It'll bring up 4th and long for the Rams, and now they'll punt it away to Carbondale as Evan Leak will handle that.
And all that rushing yards that Evan Leak got on those plays to get him down to the 40, Hunter Simmons nearly just evaporated all that on that sack.
Certainly, and of course I was trying to panic pick who that was. It could have been Will Bowlby, the middle linebacker. I just saw the 5. I didn't see the first number on the jersey. Again, very tough numerics to read.
Broadcaster's worst nightmare.
And Brian Lee needs to hear about it tomorrow on the Saturday Sports Show, sponsored by Crossroads Community Hospital. 4th and 24, punting away is Leak. Macklin, I would assume, will return, and he's met. He is met in a big way by Hunter Simmons, who brings him down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Terriers. I'm just assuming that's Macklin. I did not. Again, I can't see the numbers to save my life. You almost need to be one of those old school guys that has a set of binoculars. 10:09 to go in the first quarter. Still no score. It'll be Carbondale's first look offensively. Let's meet the Terrier offense.
They are led by their quarterback, Darius Ragland, the junior. 4 wide receivers out there, and LaShawn Newell, Tavares Macklin, Tyrona Williamson, and Clayton Greer. And then their running back will be Gabe Hilliard. The offensive line, Omar Nasir, Jackson Grant, Malik Lester, Jawan Evans, and Bryant Houston Pryor. That is your starting lineup on offense for Carbondale.
Off tackle run for Hilliard, out of the gun for the quarterback Ragland. Doesn't net much, maybe a half yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and about, nope, they're going to spot it now, and it's going to be a few yards. My apologies. It'll be 2nd and 7 or so. 9:50 to go in the first. Still no score. It's the Rams and Carbondale tonight from a beautiful cloudless sky. Oh, no, there's a couple clouds in our foreground here on the horizon. Out of the gun. Single back set. 3 left, 1 right are your targets. And this will be a carry again for Gabe Hilliard. Right up the middle, looking for that gap. Didn't find much running room, but created a couple of yards anyway. It'll be 3rd and about maybe 3 with a 3-yard gain here, 9:25 mark of this opening quarter. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside WMIX, WMIXSports.com here tonight. Out of the gun again, single back set. 1 to the right, 3 to the left for the Terriers under Brian Lee. 3 minutes into this one with no score. Waiting for the play clock, I'm not quite sure. There's about 20 seconds. They're running it down on the field. And out of the gun. The snap is there. It'll be Hilliard on the run to the right side. He's looking for the 35. Gets there. 40. Far sideline. 45 midfield. 45 back to the 40. Nice cut move down to the 35-yard line. Brought down at about the 34. That'll be a gain of about 35 or so on the ground for Gabe Hilliard. He's getting it done, chewing up those yards, but that time an explosive run, and it sets up 1st and 10 for Carbondale in precious Mount Vernon territory.
Carbondale flips the script on that run. They were on Mount Vernon's 31. Now they find themselves, or they were on their own 31. Now they find themselves on Mount Vernon's 35.
And now 1st and 10 for the Terriers. Ball is inside the right hash. As they move right to left as you look at your radio dial, or just watch it online at WMIXSports.com. Out of the gun for Ragland, looking left, throwing over the top. Nobody there but some Rams. Some incidental contact over the top with the linebackers and, I believe, Macklin, and it won't matter. It'll be 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Clock stops with 8:34 to go here in the opening quarter. Still no score between Mount Vernon and Carbondale in South 7 football action tonight. So, same spot, 35-yard line, 2nd and 10. Carbondale dancing in Mount Vernon territory out of the gun, the quarterback Ragland. Macklin, Williamson, and company split to the left side. We'll have a flag. Play is blown dead. It looks like this will go against the Rams, maybe an offside penalty to cut it to 2nd and 5. Penalties have been somewhat of a nightmare so far in 2019 for the Rams, and they keep reloading that old-school revolver and shooting themselves in the feet.
We can just continue to say the same things over and over again. Eventually, the Rams have to learn.
So, split to the left side will be Newell, Macklin, and Greer. Williamson will be split to the other side. The back out of a pistol set here will be Hilliard, and Hilliard will get the carry. Left side finds some running room to the 30 inside, down to about the 25, 24. Looks like he has 1st down yardage. The spot says 24-yard line. That's a gain of 6. It'll be 1st and 10 for Carbondale. 8:26 to go here in the first quarter. No score yet between these two teams. We remind you, streaming presented by Rend Lake College, the #1 community college in the state of Illinois. Let them show you why. Visit rlc.edu today. Your journey starts at Rend Lake College. Out of the gun, single back set. 2 left, 2 right. The receivers here for the quarterback Ragland, the junior. As he's back to pass, looking down left side. Newell maybe in the end zone. That's complete. That is going to be a 24-yard score from Darius Ragland to LaShawn Newell. And the Terriers take their first lead of the night at 6-0 Carbondale.
And right there, LaShawn Newell just got absolutely wide open behind the coverage of Mount Vernon, and that gets Carbondale on the board here to start this ball game.
It's 6-0 Terriers. As we wait the PAT again, Davis comes in 15 of 17 on the year for PAT. And she'll try to make this a 7-0 game and put the Terriers on top thanks to a 24-yard score for Newell through the air. Just simple fade down that left side, looking for a flag route. They got it. Got the catch, got the score. Now looking for .7. As the snap looks good, the kick's good. Looks like it's right down the middle. It will be an extra point. So 16 of 18 now is Davis. And the Terriers take a 7-0 lead with 8:04 remaining here in this first quarter. So just like that, the Terriers on top, and we'll keep it here on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. For the largest flooring inventory in the area, it's your locally owned and operated Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply in Mount Vernon, proud supporters of the Mount Vernon Rams. We didn't really introduce the Mount Vernon defense, but we can tell you tonight that for the Rams defensively, Everett Mathis is a defensive tackle, as is Devin Edwards. Defensive ends are Jeray Mincy and Javen Jones. Ethan Rivera, linebacker, as is Gabe Taylor. Your secondary tonight, cornerbacks Evan Leake and Hunter Simmons. Your safeties are Anthony Lash and Gabe Lutman. So with 8:04 left to go here in the first quarter, a 7-0 game as the Rams await the kickoff here. 7-0 Carbondale. It was a 24-yard score for LaShawn Newell. As we wait the Davis kickoff now. 8:04 remains in the first quarter. 7-0 Terriers on top in South 7 Conference football. It's Althoff and Marion tonight. Cahokia at Centralia. Rams travel to Cahokia next week. What a tough matchup that'll be at Cahokia. Always a tough place to play. We await the Davis kickoff, and this one's going to be off the ground. It'll bounce off the Rams. Carbondale has the football at midfield. That one's off of Wilson. It's picked up by Haven Horton. And the 5'6", 135-pound junior is going to force the turnover as it bounces off the front man for the Rams.
Well, Brian Lee football right there. You got to expect the unexpected, and unfortunately went off the Mount Vernon player, and it's now Carbondale football.
Indeed it is, and the Terriers will have it at midfield, dancing with Mount Vernon territory here. 4 minutes into this one, 7-0 Terriers. And I don't know, a little trickery, I guess. if you want to call it that. Will give the Terriers the football. Out of the pistol now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left for the quarterback, Ragland. He's had some success this year, as evidenced earlier. Pitch to the right side for the running back, Hilliard. Finds some running room, but runs into Evan Leake, shy of midfield. Forward progress would take him to the 49 for a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and 11 with 7:45 remaining here in the first quarter. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside on WMIX, WMIXSports.com. This broadcast presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. They welcome Kurt Zerlini, the newest ag lending team member. He packs a banking punch with over 15 years experience. Community First Bank out of the gun here. Ragland looking left side, looking right. Now has some running room perhaps. Nope, off balance throw over the top, and that's going to be incomplete through the hands of Macklin, who would have had first down yardage. Instead, it'll be 3rd and 11 from the 49 in Carbondale territory. It'll be on the far hash, a 7-0 Terrier lead with 7:22 to play in the first.
Got a couple Tony Wilt scoreboard updates for you here at this point, Hugo. Got Benton on top of Harrisburg, 7-0 early. Althoff has scored first against Marion, and they lead 7-0, 7:12 left in the first. AJ and Pinckneyville are scoreless after 1.
Interesting. Won't be scoreless after 1 here. The Terriers on top, 7-0. They'll send 3 to the left side. Looks like it is Macklin, Greer, and Newell. 1 to the right. Looking to that right side. That's going to be complete. I'm sorry, that is Greer's. He is going to be pulled down along that far sideline near the opposing 41-yard line. That's a gain of about 10 depending upon the spot. And so it's going to be 3rd and about 1 after the 10-yard gain. That was actually Williamson split left, not Greer, who was split right and corralled the pass for 10. 7:03 mark of this first quarter. Rams trail 7-0 to Carbondale. 3 left, 1 right. Single back set out of the gun for the quarterback, Ragland. Waiting for the snap. There it is. They're going to go handoff here. 3rd down. Right up the middle. Running room from the 41 all the way inside the 10. 5 touchdown. 41-yard touchdown run for the running back, Gabe Hilliard. And the 5'8 sophomore puts the Terriers on top, 13-zip.
He just found the hole right there, and now Mount Vernon, now that trickery Brian Lee has, and now he's looking at a little more comfortable lead here in the first quarter.
So 6:43 mark of the first quarter sees the Rams trail 13-0. And we await the Davis point after attempt here. She's 16 of 18 on the year. She's going to try to make it 17 of 19 if she can knock down this PAT. So Dose onto the field for the field goal, and here comes. That'll be up and good. It's 14-0. So 14-0. 14-0 the score. The Carbondale Terriers up 14-love.
You never cease to impress, Hugo.
Spanish? Espanol?
Sí, senor.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was going to say Mount Vernoy, but that's definitely not Spanish.
Reteaching myself Spanish. A little app called Duolingo.
Why?
Because I can.
Okay.
In fact, I need to get my streak in for the day. 6:43 left here. It's 14-0. Carbondale on top, and we'll see if the Rams can come away with the kickoff this time. And it's just been a struggle so far, but there's plenty of time on the clock. Just 6:43 here in the first. Just need a fair shake offensively, and we'll see if the Rams can get that coming up. Community First Bank. Well, Community First Bank is one of our great sponsors. As the iPad freezes. We got her now. Scrolling up and down. But right now, the Rams need this football, need to get something done, and need to find an offensive spark other than Simmons to leak. Awaiting Davis's kickoff. Have a hunch it may not go very far. This could be the time she blasts one. Nope. Going to be up the left side, and the Rams, that'll be a tough play, but it's going to be picked up for Mount Vernon, but instantly pulled down at about the 35 will be Marcus Garrett. But the Rams, most importantly, have possession, and they will have a 1st and 10, 6:37 mark of this first quarter.
And now it's so important for Mount Vernon. After that first drive stall, they were looking good. Evan Leake was able to do a little bit for them there in that first drive. They have to find a way to be able to get something done here and get this back to a 1-score game.
Nearing the midway point of this first quarter, 14-0 Carbondale. It's 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 35-yard line. Ball is inside the near hash. Flanked by a couple of backs. The quarterback, Simmons, works out of the gun. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. It'll be Leake, a ball carrier here. Off tackle, shy of the 40, down to about the 39. Gain of 4 will make it 2nd and 6 as we drop below the 6:30 mark of this first quarter. If you're making a primary care appointment is as easy as 123. Visit crossroadsanytime.com to schedule an appointment today. Crossroads Community Hospital is here for all of your healthcare needs. Crossroads Community Hospital, where caring is our mission. We'll drop below the 6-minute mark here. Under center now is Simmons, one left, two right. Pitch to the right side for the Leak, trying to find some room. Does. Gets to the 40, 45 midfield. Drags the guy to about the 45, 40. Off one leg, gets down to about the 37. What a gain. That'll be a gain of about 25 on the ground. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. 5:58 left to go here in the first quarter, and it's 14-0 Terriers. What a spark there by number 10 to get 25.
And Evan Leak, I mean, what else can you say about him except this time, after the spark he provided on the last drive, you've got to finish it off. You've got to finish off this drive and get some points.
Absolutely, as it's down to the 38 in Terrier territory. Ball inside the near hash. We'll see what kind of play the Rams dial up here. They trail 14-love, but down, but certainly not out very early in this one. They'll go Garrett left side. To the right, it's Lash. Right slot, Wilson. Just off the left side is Leak. Maxwell going to give some blocking on the quarterback keeper. It's a run by Simmons. Leans forward and dives to about the 45. 35, rather. Whoops. That'll be about a 3-4 yard gain. Old ADHD Hugo there. Looking too many directions at once, but 35 yard line. That'll be on the far hash as we will have 2nd and 7 now for the Mount Vernon Rams, who trail 14-0 here. Looking to get a little something going here on drive number 2 of the game. Under center now is Hunter Simmons. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Out of an eye. Now to the right on a pitch. It'll be Leak. Nice cut. Past the 35. Drug to about the 30. So gain of about 4, maybe 5, depending upon the spot. Could make it 3rd and manageable here for the Rams. It'll be about 3rd and 2 with 4:40 to play here in this opening quarter.
And a nice job there by Evan Leak. I mean, he just forces the defender to basically give him more yards. He's just such a lug to try and tackle.
And now the carrier this time will be Leak. He's tripped up in the backfield. That was Macklin. It'll be a loss. It'll push him back to about the 33. Loss of 3. We'll make it 4th and 5. Who will be our next WMIX Sports Josh Finley Country Financial Ram of the Week? See Josh Finley at Country Financial to learn more about protection for the things in your life that matter most and get started on a plan for a comfortable future. Contact Josh Finley today at Country Financial. 4th and a nickel here for the Rams. It'll be eye set, tight right, split to the right. Under center is Simmons. He's looking left. Now flushed right to the 40, 35, down to the 30, 25, and out of bounds as he has first down yardage. That's going to be to about the 21 on the official spot. Nope, back to the 23. Now to the 22. They can't make up their mind, but we do know it's a first down gain of about 10 yards on the ground for Hunter Simmons. It'll be 1st and 10, 3:49 to go in the first quarter, 14-0 Terriers. Rams, however, trying to take a bite out of this goose egg here late in the first. Offset eye. Under the gun for the Mount Vernon Rams. They're going to look for Leak to carry as he shakes the tackle, looking to go left, but then he's tripped up. Got past one tackle, but then could not get past the whole arm reach there of number 51, I believe, Chullen. He's trying to read that second numeric. Finally read it. Looked like it was Chullen. 3:28 to go here in the quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Rams from the Carbondale 22. 14-0 the score. Terriers on top thanks to a botched kickoff, or I should say botched return attempt. Little muff there. Terriers were able to pick it up off a deflection and then march the rest of the way. Got a 41-yard run from Gabe Hilliard to put him on top 13-0, and then the point after by Davis gave him this 14-0 lead. We'll have a timeout on the field. I don't know if the Rams knew what they wanted to do there. It's sponsored by First Mid Bank and Trust on the corner of 34th and Broadway in Mount Vernon. Let's see. If you'd like to earn $80 per year just for making everyday purchases, stop by First Mid and learn about the money-saving benefits that come with Premier Checking. Money-saving benefits that come with Premier Checking at First Mid Bank and Trust.
And, you know, of course, we mentioned before the game the starting lineup. Coach K specifically told me, no, Evan Leak is going to be listed as a wide receiver here today. If you look at the stats, you wouldn't exactly believe that, given Evan Leak by far has had the ball the most, and he's been given the ball on the run. But of course, Coach Kessler said he's trying to give Evan Leake the ball more compared to last week in that game where they lost 55-2. Safe to say, I think he's getting the ball in Evan Leake's hands a little bit more this week.
He is. He's going to ride him as much as he can, and so far paying off on this drive. When we get out of the timeout, it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 22-yard line in Carbondale territory. 3:03 remains in the first quarter. 14-0 is the Terrier lead after a couple of quick scores as the Rams try to punch one in here in just a moment. But here we stand, 2nd and 10 from the Carbondale 22. It'll be Lash split to the right side. Looks like it's Garrett split to the left. Back is Kai Maxwell. Looks like we'll have Wilson and Leake the other targets. Out of the gun for Simmons. Ooh, did he get a false start here out of the Carbondale line? Or I should say, did he get his offsides? Or will it be a false start? It'll be a false start. Whew, thought it was going to be a nice fall night. Still a little warm here in the press box.
Oh, I don't think you need to worry, Hugo. The night is young.
So 3:03 remains here, and that false start will push the Rams back 5. It'll be 2nd and 15 from the Terrier 27. Out of the gun now for Simmons. Looks left, looks right. Now steps all the way back to the 40, rolling right. Looking for no man's land up the right sideline. It'll be 3rd and 15 with the flag.
And that flag is going to be intentional grounding, given there was no one on anywhere close to where that ball was being thrown. Question is, though, was he out of the pocket? I mean, he had run quite a distance there for him to not be out of the pocket.
I think looks like what they're talking about now is line of scrimmage, and they're going to wave it off. I think he was looking at the original line of scrimmage and not the actual yardage marker of where the ball had been spotted. That's my guess from up here. Obviously, they're not mic'd up, and we don't know for certain. That's just an inference of some sort. 2:57 remains. It's going to be 3rd and 15 for the Rams. 14-0, the Terriers on top. The Rams head to Cahokia next week before going to Centralia. Process of elimination says the Terriers should have the Althoff Crusaders next week. Should be Centralia Marion. So from the Terrier 27 again, inside the near hash. Here's the snap out of the gun. Simmons chase. Good block by the Rams in the backfield. Great block. Maxwell Simmons is on the run to the left side. Finds some running room. Cuts back to that far sideline past the 20. Inside to about the 17. Maybe a gain of about 10. It's still 4th and 5, however. And the Rams, well, they are capable of a field goal, but we'll see what they do.
Nice job there by Hunter Simmons. He looked dead to rights there with so many Carbondale defenders in the backfield. But he found a way to make something out of nothing there. And we'll see. It's going to be 4th down. What are they going to do with it?
4th and about 4. Simpson's still on the sideline, so the Rams are going to go for it here. 4th and 4 from the Terriers' 16-yard line. 2:26 remains in the first quarter. Benton all over Harrisburg, 21-zip after 1. Scoreboard update sponsored by Tony Wiltshire, State Farm agent. And under center here is Simmons. Looking for a run for Leake. Nice zigzag there up the middle as he'll get inside the 10. A no-doubt first down after the gain of 7 will make it 1st and goal for the Rams from the 8-yard line. So the Rams in business. Big business here for Mount Vernon. So the Rams doing okay on 4th down conversions.
You don't want to have to rely on 4th down conversions, but you're not going to complain when you're getting success on 4th down conversions.
Elsewhere in the South 7, Cahokia 7, Centralia nothing after 1. Out of the gun, single back. It's Maxwell, but nice fake by Simmons. Can't shake the defender. Does somehow rolling to the right side, past the 10, but it'll still be a loss. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 10.5.
And we're going to have a flag.
Little ragdoll tackle there for the Terriers. Minute 43 left to go in the first quarter. We'll tell you about Wilford Printing, a custom printing shop with the largest variety of Rams apparel in the King City, where there is no custom order too big or too small. Find them at wilford-printing.com, on Facebook, or stop in their store on South 10th Street in Mount Vernon. On the Rams, no bueno.
So far, the 2 penalties on this drive, well, the first penalty didn't kill the drive, but this is a little bit longer penalty. Luckily, still 1st down. but it's now first and goal from a really long way away.
Yeah. First and goal from the 22. Welser. Minute 40 left to go in the first quarter. Rams trail 14-0. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Maxwell the back next to the quarterback Simmons out of the gun. And now the snap, looking downfield. Nice slant play, but it's dropped by Leak at about the 15. And so the Rams will have second and goal from the 22. After the horn in the end of the first, Altop 7, Marion nothing. So a couple of 7-0 games around the conference after one as Marion trails Altop and Centralia trails Cahokia. Second and goal from the 22 here.
And right now, this Mount Vernon receiving core, they've got to find a way to get rid of the butter that's on the hands right now. Hunter Simmons 0 for 5 passing, and I think at least 3 of those passes have just been dropped.
Minute 25 left here. First quarter, rolling left out of the gun. Simmons, the quarterback, looking downfield. Not much there. Off balance throw toward the end zone. Looking for a prayer. It looks like it's caught. Nope. Unable to hang on in the far corner of the end zone. Anthony Lash thought he had a heck of a catch in the back of the end zone. Instead, it falls incomplete. With a minute 18 to go here in the first quarter. Now it's third and goal from the 22.
Man, I thought he had it. Unfortunate break right there for the Mount Vernon Rams. If he would have caught it, that would have been an excellent catch.
Would have been a pretty solid grab, pardon me. Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams here on WMIX. Don't forget about that October special. Open and renew a CD at Community First Bank in October, and they'll donate an additional portion of the CD amount to help fight cancer as they partner with SSM Health and Crossroads Community Hospital. Back to pass, out of the gun. Simmons looking for the center of the end zone. Over the middle, no good. It'll be incomplete. Was looking right up the middle and couldn't connect with the target in the end zone, as that target that time was David Maxwell. So it'll be fourth and goal for the Rams from the 22-yard line. Yikes.
Well, eventually someone's got to be able to catch a pass for this Mount Vernon offense.
Simpson is still on the sideline for the Rams. So not going to try for a field goal this time, just obviously going to go for it. Probably empty out the backfield on fourth and goal from the 22-yard line. Minute 13 left to go in the quarter. It's 14-zip. Terrier defense trying to come up big. And they're looking for the halfback pass downfield for Garrett in the end zone. It works. It's complete. And that'll be a 22-yard touchdown pass for Evan Leak on the halfback pass. And the Rams get on the board. It's 14-6.
And, of course, the first completion of the night goes to Evan Leak. What do you know?
Evan Leak to Marcus Garrett in the end zone for the score. It's for 6, and now we see Simpson come off the sideline. He'll try the PAT. CZR and Edwards County are tied at 6 after 1. Session-Valier, Waltonville, Johnston City scoreless after 1. Well, the Mount Vernon Rams cut it in half. Here's the kick. We have a whistle. I thought. Kick looked like it's good, but there's a flag. Kick is good, so there we go. 14-7, the Rams cut it in half thanks to the 22-yard score. Evan Leak to Marcus Garrett. Scoreboard updates are sponsored by Tony Welch, your State Farm agent in Mount Vernon. Finding a hometown agent matters for your insurance. His State Farm team is ready to help. Again, Heron and Massac are tied at 7 after 1. Alney's leading Flora 13-7. DuQuoin a 7-0 advantage over Sparta. All of these are after 1. And at Jonesboro and Pinckneyville are scoreless. Heron and Massac are tied at 7. May have already said that. Benton leads Harrisburg 21-zip. Cahokia over Centralia 7-0. Carmine-White County leads El Dorado 6-zip. CZR and Edwards County again are tied at 6. And now updating, it's Heron leading Massac 14-7. Altop leads Marion to the tune of 7-0. That's a Tony Welch scoreboard here. It's 14-7. Carbondale leads Mount Vernon with 1:06 left to go in the first quarter.
And that's a bit of a morale booster here for the Mount Vernon Rams. And, you know, if the defense can find a way to get a stop, which has been a struggle here these past couple of weeks, that would be an even bigger morale booster here for this Mount Vernon team, as they could look, if they get a stop, they could look to possibly tie this game up.
After the game, flip over to Q106.3 FM for the Section 618 post-game blitz with host Darren Kennard. Recaps with various interviews. Scores and more. Simpson kick is going to be a bouncer, but it hops at about the 40. It looks like maybe that was Macklin, really? As he takes it to the 40 to the 49, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Terriers. Pardon me, that was not Macklin, that was Williamson.
When they're on this side, this half of the football field, their numbers become a little bit easier to read.
Just a scant easier.
But it has to be direct. There can't be any kind of angle. Yeah, these are really not that great of jerseys for the broadcaster.
Twitter, Facebook, and Insta at WMIX Sports. Look for a full scoreboard later tonight at WMIXSports.com. We have quite a few conferences, some you've never even heard of. Out of the gun, maybe the pistol. How about that? It'll be a handoff. Hilliard will go right up the middle. Ooh, good body work there as he gets inside the 45 to the 44. That is going to be a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 with 45 seconds to go in the quarter.
And Gabe Hilliard, with 4 more yards, unofficially would eclipse the 100-yard mark rushing in the first quarter.
Stop me if you've heard this before. Touchdown, Drake Gravatt. Cuts it for the Marion Wildcats. They missed the 2-point conversion, so Altoff a 7-6 lead over Marion. Terriers out of the gun. 3 right, 1 left are the receivers. Hilliard is the back. Chased by Rivera. Ragland able to get rid of it. Has a wide receiver open inside the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Terriers. 44-yard score for Carbondale, as that is going to be Greer up the right side for 6. It's 20-7. Well, sir, another, for high school level, another deep pass. Oh, man. And Carbondale looks to make another PAT to try to make this 21-7 and keep that 2-touchdown advantage heading into the end of the first quarter.
And unfortunately, now Mount Vernon offense just has to continue to play along with the Carbondale offense here at this point until Mount Vernon defense can find a stop.
Kick is up. Not bad. They make it. Macy Davis is now 18 of 20 on the year. It's 21-7 Terriers. So the Dogs so far taking a bite out of the Mount Vernon Rams, but plenty of time, obviously. It's just a 2-possession game, 2-score game, if you will. 21-7 score. 18.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside. Zach Matt Miller with us in the SSM Health broadcast booth. It's Brianna Sanders back at the Mount Vernon studio. Let's see what happens.
You got to think if you're the Mount Vernon Rams here, of course, they did end up finally finding a way into the end zone on their own version of trickery right there. First off, of course, you never know what you're going to get on a kickoff here with Brian Lee and the Carbondale Terriers. But second, can you find another way to get to the end zone? I mean, they almost opened up the entire playbook just to get into the end zone for the last drive.
Davis to kick off, the Rams to return. Leak the deep man between the hashes at about the 19-yard line. Wondering if it'll get there and having significant doubts. Here's Davis's kick, goes left. Nice work, and that one's going to bounce off. It looks like it's Simpson, the fellow kicker, to come up with it. And about the 43 where the Rams will have it 1st and 10. So 21-7 Carbondale if you just tuned into the broadcast. AM 940, 96.1, 96.5 on the FM dial, 2 options. WMIXSports.com if you're not watching, has streaming video or multi-platform audio. Whatever your pleasure, whatever your fun. After 1, Nashville 28, Carterville 3.
That Nashville team, very impressive here. They're looking to clinch their ticket to the postseason here this week.
They feel like they may have something going.
Well, of course, last year they got upset in the first round at home. They're looking to avenge for that.
Double tied, and now it'll be a quick handoff, inside handoff, and no gain on the run. That looks like that was Kai Maxwell. And it will bring up 2nd down with 6 seconds to go in the first. This is likely going to be all she wrote. for quarter number one. We've reached the end of the first quarter in the King City. It is the Carbondale Terriers 21, the Mount Vernon Rams 7. We'll take a break, come back with quarter two. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
At Community First Bank of the Heartland, October is a special month of caring. That's why your bank is offering our October Cancer CD special once again. For every CD opened or renewed in October, we'll donate an additional portion of the CD amount to help fight cancer locally, partnering with SSM Health, Good Samaritan Hospital Cancer Care, and Crossroads Community Hospital to help raise awareness and much-needed funds to fight this terrible disease. Stop by any of our locations or log on to cfbh.bank to learn more. Community First Bank, member FDIC.
The 2020 Toyota Corolla has made it to the King City. Greater than ever, the 2020 Corolla is the king of compacts, and you can find a great selection at Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon. The Corolla's striking design is lower, wider, and more aggressive, and the pricing is aggressive too, with affordable MSRP and great savings when you check out the Munkin Z-Price at MunkinToyotaMountVernon.com. Come see why 2020 is shaping up to be the best year yet at Munkin Toyota, just west of the interstates in Mount Vernon.
Back to the SSM Health broadcast booth. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
AM 940, 96.1 and 96.5 FM. WMIXsports.com. I'm Chris Hugo. Kyle Norris alongside as Zach Matt Miller takes care of the video of the SSM Health broadcast booth. Brianna Sanders back at the Mount Vernon studio tonight. Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of high school sports on WMIX. Your home for Kurt Zerlini, the newest Ackland team member at Community First Bank. He packs a banking punch with over 15 years experience as the Rams try to pack a punch here in the second quarter. Out of the gun. Moving right to left from the 43-yard line, looking for the quick pass over the top. We had a flag in the backfield, and we'll have a late flag out of the second defensive secondary as the target was Wilson and couldn't come up with it.
I think we're going to have holding on the near flag, and I think we're going to have some kind of face mask on the second flag. I think it's going to be offsetting penalties.
We shall see.
Holding on the offense. And I think that's a face mask.
Offsetting.
Well.
Second down. Is what he should be. Should say 2nd and 9. That's what it was when we started the quarter, was it not? Okay. 11:55 to go here in the second quarter. We replay the down, 2nd and 9. Ball on the Mount Vernon 43 between the hashes. Moving right to left, the Rams out of the gun, and a bad snap, and flags aplenty. Be a false start on the Rams, pushing back 5. It'll be 2nd and 14. Streaming presented by Rend Lake College. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs to choose from, Rend Lake College has something for everyone. Learn more at rlc.edu. Your journey starts at Rend Lake College. The Rams' journey is 2nd and 14 from their own 38. Between the hashes on the spot, they'll send Garrett split to the left side, 2 to the right. Leak almost tight, but it'll be in motion here. Left-handed pass, it's complete to Leak in the backfield, but it's going to be for a loss at this point. But he'll try to run out of trouble and can't. Between the 30 and 35, it'll be to the 33, loss of 5, 3rd and 19. So Simmons tried to make something out of nothing. In hindsight, being 2020, Leak would have been better off just to drop the pass.
Yeah, but unfortunately, hindsight is 20/20, and you don't get to see hindsight until after the fact.
So now, on 3rd and 19, the Rams will try to get something going here. Down 21-7. Out of the gun for Simmons. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Single back is Kai Maxwell. 3-step drop. Now looking to the left side to the right. Now rolling left side. That one's going to be stripped. Carbondale on the strip fumble is going to come up with it. And a few things go flying on the sideline. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Terriers. Yikes.
Oh, man. That is just tough.
It's one of those where, 1st and 10 for the Terriers from the Mount Vernon 29. That's one of those where you keep the pins away from the temples. And we're going to have a timeout, Mount Vernon. This timeout is presented by First Mid Bank and Trust, corner of 34th and Broadway in Mount Vernon, ready to serve all of your banking needs. With online and mobile banking, you can bank with First Mid anytime from anywhere. Visit firstmid.com today or tomorrow or the next day. It's always going to be there, firstmid.com. Saturday Sports Show is presented by Crossroads Community Hospital. Starts after the 8 o'clock news tomorrow. Who's the lineup?
Well, we're going to have extended coverage of this game as the new tradition. We'll have Brian Lee on after the Mount Vernon Carbondale football game. So we'll have Coach K and Brian Lee to start the show. We'll have Brett Dial, Carterville football, Todd Rushing, Pinckneyville football. We'll have replays of some special interviews we had before Game 1 of the NLDS on Thursday with the series split 1-1. It'd be good to hear those again. John Rooney, the Cards radio voice, and Tom Ackerman, the sports director at KMOX. We'll hear both of those. And Doug Kell, Nashville Girls Golf, Reggie Norman, Benton Boys Golf, and Zeke Light, Mount Vernon Girls Golf. That's your lineup tomorrow.
Saturday Sports Show comes your way tomorrow right here, AM 940, 96.1, and 96.5 on the FM dial. WMIXsports.com. Out of the gun for the Carbondale quarterback, Ragland, for the 29 in Mount Vernon territory. Handoff Hilliard rolling up the right side to the sideline, inside to the 20, maybe the 21. Nope, they'll give him full to the 20. That'll be a 9-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Terriers as we drop below the 11-minute mark here in the second quarter. 21-7 Terriers if you've just tuned in. It all started on a strip fumble on the Ram quarterback, Hunter Simmons. Not much he could do. He's been under pressure all night. Out of the gun, 3 left, 1 to the right. Hilliard the back, and this can be a quick pass to Greer. Trying to curl around, does so. He's inside, between the hashes, inside the 15, but he won't get much more than a 14. Gain of 6. That'll be 1st and 10 for Carbondale. Althoff 14, Marion 6. So Althoff trying to throw a wrench into the conference championship plans of the Marion Wildcats.
Man, who would have thought that after Althoff started 0-3? And, of course, this Mount Vernon team only lost to him by 6.
Out of the gun, quick handoff. No, quarterback keeper. To the 10, looking to the near sideline. Finds some running room. But we're going to have a couple of flags at about the 10 as it's down at about the 2-yard line.
In college football, what Clayton Greer just did is called targeting, and he is ejected from the game.
I didn't see any of it.
That was a nice, and when I say nice, I don't actually mean nice. That was a hit to the head.
I was too busy debating whether or not I'm Team Yellow Onion or Team White Onion. Lady Rams basketball coach Jeff Lonan apparently logged on or tuned in, what have you, wants to know your thoughts on Yellow Onion or White Onion as we look at the yellow flags on the field. You're not an onion guy to care?
I love onions. I'm a white onion guy. Also, earlier this week, I asked Coach Lonan what type of flower he would be. He said the only flower he knows is a rose. So
I figured he'd be a carnation.
Well, you should tell him that.
Because he strikes me as the instant breakfast type. 21-7 the score here. The Terrier penalty pushes it all the way back to the 24. First down marker is inside the 5. Wait, is it? Yeah, it's 5 at about the 4. And if you guessed if Mount Vernon would call a timeout here, you'd be right. If you're planning to buy a new home, talk to Dwayne Gully at First Mid Bank and Trust. Dwayne can explain the different mortgage options, and you just might be able to move into a home with less than 20% down. First Mid is an equal housing lender. 21-7 the score, 10-16 left to go here in the second quarter. So there we go. 14-7 Terrier, Cahokia rather. 9 minutes left in the second quarter. That's Cahokia and Centralia. So the Comanches, that's who they are. The Terriers are here in Mount Vernon, up 21-7. Looks like we may have an injury near the goal line. We hope the Ram is okay, so it was an official's timeout. Same holds true about that mortgage. Maybe less than 20% down. So it'll be 1st and 20. Dose. No.
Yeah.
No, no. Is it Bainte?
Oh, yeah, Bainte. Dose is 12. Trece, Catorce, Quince. Okay, I'm going to stop.
You're fine. So 10-16 left in the second quarter. We'll have your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show coming up. But what will the score be? Right now it's 21-7 Terriers. Out of the gun, single back set, 3 left, 1 right. The targets for the quarterback here. Ragland looks left, overthrows. Had a quick slant from LaShawn Newell, who had the 24-yard touchdown earlier through the air. And from the 24-yard line, Was hoping the second verse would be the same as the first, but instead it'll be 2nd and 20 with the clock stopped. 10:13 remains here in the opening half of football. Terriers still hanging on to this 14-point margin.
Now, if you're Mount Vernon, you've finally been given a little bit of a gift in that penalty to try and stop this drive. I mean, you got to take it at this point. Something to help out this defense and just find a stop.
3 left, 1 right for the quarterback, Darius Ragland, and he looks for Hilliard on a carry. Oh, trying to stretch out the field to the far sideline. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, steps out of bounds at about the 15-ish, maybe close to the 10. It's going to be a decent gain, but it's going to cut it in half. It'll still be 3rd down here as we approach the 10-minute mark of the second quarter. 21-7 Terrier lead. RP Lumber, one of our great sponsors. If you're looking for quality cabinets but don't think you can afford it, RP Lumber designers can work with any budget. They'll show you how to have the quality cabinets you want at a price you can't afford. They'll help you make your Pinterest dreams come true. Come visit them today. Go visit them, rather, and experience the RP difference.
Does WMIX Sports have a Pinterest?
Yeah, actually, yes. 3rd and 9. Never got it off the ground, though.
The one social media that's not off the ground.
As left side, Hilliard finds some running room, went off tackle, but pulled down inside the 10. Maybe a gain of about 4 or 5. It's going to be 4th and short here for Carbondale. We had Google Plus at one time. We were late to the MySpace game.
I think it's okay that WMIX Sports does not have MySpace. I think that's a little too not in the demographic.
We tried to have it in about 07 or so. Problem was you couldn't upload like full games. That's like your music. We tried to be a band. Didn't quite work out.
We're not exactly a band.
Well,
we tried
to Fu Manchu some things around. Here's the kick on the field goal attempt. And that, it's going to be no good. It was wide to the left as the Terriers were trying for about a 21-yard, 22-yard field goal, somewhere around there. And it'll be Rams football. 9:17 to go in the second quarter. 21-7 as we approach the top of the 8 o'clock hour. Now, if you open and renew a CD at Community First Bank in October, they'll donate an additional portion of the CD amount to help fight cancer. Locally partnering with SSM Health, Good Samaritan Hospital Cancer Care, and Crossroads Community Hospital. You can visit cfbh.bank for details.
Well, the defense for Mount Vernon got to stop. They pulled it off. Now, the offense has to do their job.
That they do, and they're going to need to attempt that here. Garrett to the outside, split left to the right side, Lash. Leak and Wilson, the other targets here. Maxwell the back. Rolling to the right side is Simmons, looking to the outside on a broken play. That was a missed route.
And
we had a post route. He was looking flag route. We'll have a flag deep in the backfield.
That's going to be intentional grounding. There was no one close enough to call him an intended receiver. Yep.
I've never been a huge fan of some of the intentional grounding rules because, I mean, he was not trying to dump due to pressure. That was just a broken route. Whew. So I'm not sure what that play should have been.
It looked like the receiver was supposed to break out, and he broke in. Or Hunter thought he was going to.
I don't know if it's going to be up and out. I don't know if it's supposed to be a post route, and it was just wrong decision by the quarterback. But it's painful for the Rams. It takes them all the way back inside the 5. In the shadow of their own goalpost if it were sunny outside. Lights don't provide enough light here. I mean, they're still nice. It's going to be a quick handoff. It'll be Evan Leak from inside the 5, past the 5, shy of the 10, to the 10 on a dive. All right. So it'll be a gain of about 5. It'll make it 2nd and 20. So there we go. Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show coming up. If you want real Chicago-style pizza, it's Joe's Pizza in Mount Vernon, the place to dine on game night. For real Chicago-style pizza, Joe's also has great fresh salads, pasta, and garlic breads, and lunchtime delivery for those of you too busy to get away from the office. I hear that. 2nd and 20 now from the 10. Looking to the left. Ooh, nice pass in the flat to Leak, it looks like. But he's shy of the 10. And believe it or not, this will be a loss. But the flag may have something to say about it.
I think that's going to be a face mask on the Carbondale defense there. Wasn't the most egregious face mask in the world, but as Leak was falling to the ground, got a little tug on it. Face mask on the defense. Give Mount Vernon 15 yards.
So with 8:25 to go in the first half, it'll be a first down for the Rams thanks to the penalty here on the Terriers.
I'd also just like to say I have not been this good at guessing penalties in a football game in a really long time, Hugo. I'm feeling proud.
Well, good. You should be. All right. 8:25 remains, second quarter. It'll be
third and manageable.
Yeah. Not an automatic first down.
They move it up 3 or 4 more yards. Third and even closer.
Third and 8. 8:25 left to go.
Third and 5 after they moved it up again.
Oh, wow. Out of the gun for Simmons. Trying to lure Carbondale offside. Doesn't work. Quick pass. It'll be a Leak on a quick slant. He has first down yardage. Has running room. He's to the 40, 45. Cuts back to the hash at the 50. Still on his feet, 45. Pulled down, 41. What's that, 36 yards?
That's a big first completion on the day for Hunter Simmons.
Unreal. It works again, and we'll drop below the 8-minute mark at some point. 21-7 Terriers on top. See what the Rams can do the rest of the way here in the second quarter. So out of the gun, single back set, 3 right, 1 left. As it'll be Kai Maxwell on a handoff, off tackle run to the 40. So a gain of 1 will make it 2nd and 9. 21-7 Terrier lead as we'll drop to the 7:30 mark. Right now it's 7:40 to go here in the second quarter. Contact Josh Finley at Country Financial to talk about how he can help ensure that the future you're dreaming of is something you can proudly own no matter what it looks like. To help protect what matters most, call Josh Finley from Country Financial. Want you to question who will be the next WMIX Sports. Josh Finley, Country Financial, Ram of the Week. 2nd and 10 out of the gun for the Rams. 3 left, 1 right. Maxwell the back here. Snap is to Simmons. Rolling to the right side. A missed block, but he's able to get away from traffic. Down to the 35, 30 along that far sideline. See where exactly he was pushed out. Could be a first down run for Hunter Simmons. Oh, they're going to say he was out short, so it'll be 3rd and manageable here for the Rams as we'll dance dangerously with the 7-minute mark. 7:05 to play in the second quarter. It'll be 3rd and short for the Rams. Homecoming halftime here. We'll see the homecoming court. We'll have an extended Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime. So 3rd and 2 from the the Carbondale 32 for the Rams. Simmons, a high snap. He's able to corral. However, he's chased down by Macklin, and that'll be a sack at about the 45-yard line. End up as a loss, actually to the 44, to be a loss of about 12, so it'll bring up 4th and about 14 with 6:53 to go. It's 21-7 Terriers at the half in Black Diamond play. Carmi leads El Dorado 14-8.
And I don't know if you saw that other score. Cahokia only leads Centralia 14-7. That is my jaw-dropping score so far here this week.
2 weeks away from Rams and Orphans on the road.
1 week away from Rams and Comanches on the road.
Couple of games with possible audio-only streaming at WMIXSports.com. All circumstances beyond our control. 6:20 left to go here. 4th and 14 from the 43. Back to pass is Simmons. Rolls out to the right side, overthrown for Marcus Garrett. Turnover on downs. It'll be Terrier football. All right. Top of the hour, or close enough. This is WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. Whew. Unreal. I think if you're Carbondale, you're wondering why your lead's not bigger. I think if you're the Rams, you're feeling very much in this one under the circumstances.
Yeah, given how Mount Vernon has played here so far, it feels more like a 3 or 4 touchdown lead, and they're only down by 2 touchdowns.
Out of the pistol for Raglan, Hilliard the back. Ragland looking to pass, quick slant. Oh, that's a great catch by the target, Williamson. Williamson on a slant to the 50-yard line for a gain of 6, and he was hit right about the buttocks. Thought he was going to flip through the air, but hangs on to the football, and that'll cut it in half. It'll be second and about 4.5 for midfield between the hashes. What a great catch by Tyrone Williamson, the 5'8 junior. Out of the gun, 2 targets each side, and looking for the quick slant this time. That'll be Greer. Greer's breaking a tackle to the 45-40. Carbondale territory to the 38-yard line, and that'll be a gain of about 12. First and 10 for the Terriers. 5:30 mark of this first half. 21-7 the score. Marion just can't seem to get a 2-point conversion tonight. They trail the Althoff Crusaders 14-12 in the second quarter. About 5:58 left in that first half there. Marion and Althoff, similar score. It's 14-7 Cahokia over Centralia.
Another draw dropper out of the Black Diamond. Johnston City leads Cesar Blair Waltonville 12-0 at half.
It's interesting. 5:13 left here. Hilliard's going to get the carry up the middle. And on first and 10, it looks like he got inside the 35, maybe down to the 32 for a gain of about 7. If so, they'll bring up second and 3. We'll drop below the 5-minute mark here. Carbondale possesses a 21-7 lead, and they're trying to increase that before heading into the locker room. Well, where should you go for care? How about you visit ssmhealth.com/access/need-care-now. ssmhealth.com/access/need-care-now. As looking to pass is the quarterback to Macklin downfield over the middle. That'll be a 32-yard score for Darius Ragland. Just an effortless throw into the end zone. Finds Tavares Macklin, and the 6-foot senior comes away with 6. 32 yards out. It'll be 27-7. Fairfield leads Hamco at the half, 24-zip. How about that defense for Justin Townsend and the Fairfield Mules? At the half, Benton, 35, Harrisburg, Love. Davis is going to try to make it, I think now, 19 for 21 for extra points on the season. Let's see if Macy Davis can own it yet again. Her kick is up, and she knocks it down, it looks like, from here, 28-7 Terriers. Carbondale, which has a history of female wrestlers and kickers and football players, sees Macy Davis go 19 of 21 on the year for point-after attempts, and it's 28-7 Carbondale. 4:32 to go in the first half. It's a big score for the Terriers to stretch this lead. Carbondale trying to spoil homecoming Friday night here for the Mount Vernon Rams.
And so now, if you're Mount Vernon, how do you respond to this? Of course, they've had plenty of adversity here so far this season, but it's your homecoming night. This is a memory that you don't want to think of, not just losing, but getting blown out. So how do you respond here? Of course, this offense has shown signs of life here tonight. This is not exactly the Marion game where Marion absolutely shut you down. But what are you going to do?
I know how I would respond if I was Carbondale. Onside. 4:32 to go in the first half. 28-7. Terriers on top. The Rams will have Evan Link between the hashes at about the 20. Rams need to come up with a big possession here and a big drive with 4 minutes and 32 seconds left in the second quarter. We await the kick. And the pooch will bobble around at about the 40. That's a good job by Lash to recover and hang on. And the Rams will have it first and 10 from their own 40-yard line, near hash spot. 28-7's the deficit, but still plenty of time here to get something done. Carbondale will have the second half kickoff. They will have possession to start, barring an onside kick. Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams here on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. So Wilson split off to the left side. To the right, it'll be Lash. Right slot, it'll be Leak. Nope. Larson, Lash. Tight. Leak split right. Out of the eye, under center will be Simmons. First and 10 for the Rams. First snap of this drive, and it's going to be a carry. Looking for the carry here as Marcus Garrett, the number dialed up on the carry, and that'll be a loss of a couple. That'll be second and long here. We'll drop below the 4-minute mark. At the half, Nashville leads Carterville 34-17. Pardon me, misread the text. Also at the half, Benton leads Harrisburg 35-zip. We'll have scores coming up on our extended halftime show, sponsored by Joe's Pizza and Pasta. Scores sponsored by Tony Welch, your State Farm agent. Leak in motion to go to the right side where they have 3. And we'll have a false start on the Rams, or at least a motion penalty of some sort to push it back 5 yards. 2nd and 16, 3:49 left to go in the quarter 2. 28-7 is the Terrier advantage.
Trying to look for any kind of positives here, Hugo. Compared to especially Mascoutah, Taylorville as well, this Mount Vernon team actually is committing less penalties here in this first half compared to some earlier games in the season. That may be because of the referees. It may be because they're not committing penalties. But either way, it's positive.
And now back to pass rolling to the right side. Simmons looking downfield for Wilson. Catches him in stride. Past midfield to the 40, 30, 25-20. To the near hash. Tripped up at about the 10-yard line. And that'll be a touchdown-saving tackle by Lamarck Threadgill. As that'll be a gain of, depending upon the spot, of about 55 yards. Maybe more.
Yeah, I got 61 yards on that one, Hugo, and impressive.
So the Rams have first and goal from the 6-yard line. With 3:18 left, 28-7 the score. Now Simmons rolling the pass to the right side. Has some room. Looks into the end zone and might have threaded the needle. That's going to be a score. What a catch as that's threading the needle to the right side. Looks like Anthony Lash for pay dirt. And that'll cut it to 28-13. So we'll have a PAT here, and the Rams will try to cut it to 28-14 with 3:10 left to go in the half, and that's a big drive. Hunter Simmons comes alive, and it's not really been him. It's been the defense. The secondary has been strong for the Terriers, and that time Simba threaded a needle to Lash, who came up with a big grab. And we see what the left foot of Simpson can do here. Can he cut it to 28-14 with 3:10 to go in the second quarter? Good snap, good hold, good kick, it looks like. Officials agree, and it's 28-14, Rams trail, but now maybe some trickery coming from the Rams, you would hope. Can they make something happen?
All I know right now is that is exactly how you want to respond if you're the Mount Vernon Rams. Not only did they get points on the board, but they did it quickly. And you know what? The most impressive thing, the thing I'm happiest about right there, you got 2 receptions from 2 receivers not named Evan Leake. That is huge right now for this Mount Vernon team that has been looking for any kind of playmakers outside of Evan Leake.
3:10 to go here in the first quarter. First half, 28-14 the score. We're in the second with 3:10 left. We await the Ram kickoff. We'll have a full look at scores coming up a little bit later in your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. Thanks to Tony Wilt for those. As we await the Simpson kickoff here from Ken Hunt Stadium in the SSM Health broadcast booth, I'm Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside Zach Matt Miller taking care of the camera on WMIXSports.com. Back at the Mount Vernon studio is Brianna Sanders. Celebrated a birthday this week. And the kickoff is into the end zone. It'll be a touchback here. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Terriers from their own 20-yard line with 3:10 to play here in the second quarter. Our next broadcast for the Rams is next Friday night.
We do have a volleyball broadcast.
That we do.
Thursday night, Mount Vernon Lady Rams will play host to the Salem Lady Wildcats.
A makeup from the 20th something.
Something like that. I don't even know.
For the 24th?
Sure.
23rd?
Yeah.
It was a Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. So they'll make that one up on Thursday night. Lady Rams regular season will be winding down before you know it.
Only 2 more broadcasts of Lady Rams volleyball.
Before we hit the postseasons. Now this will be a quick hitter on the snap. Ball carrier Hilliard might have gotten a couple on the play as we drop below the 3-minute mark here in the first half. Scores, stats, conjecture, so much more on your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime report. .28-14 game. Terriers are out of the pistol. 2 left, 2 right. Looking for a quick pass to the left side. It'll be complete to Greer at the 25-yard line. Brought down 26. Gain of 4, 3rd and 4. Terriers trying to play quick here with just 2:28 left to go in this first half. Shy of a first down, however. Nope, they didn't give the spot I did. Yeah, whatevs. 3rd and a nickel. 3 left, 1 right. Not quite trips. Out of the pistol set for the quarterback, Ragland. Hilliard is the back. I heard a whistle. I heard a tweet, and I see a flag. So they're going to say the Rams are offsides. Last time I checked, that's a 5-yard gain. Last time I checked, it's 5 yards to first down. So we'll see what the verdict is here. I would think it's 1st and 10 Terriers with the ball on the 30. But they're a little slow to act, so sometimes you start to doubt yourself, Kyle Norris.
I understand that feeling.
Joe's Pizza and Pasta, the people's choice favorite Italian restaurant. Sponsors our halftime report coming up. Minute 56 left. 1st and 10 out of the gun. Darius Ragland is going to be on the move, trying to stretch the field to the far sideline. Has 5, looking for 10 yards. Steps out of bounds for first down yardage. Past the 40 down to about the 42. We'll see if they give him the full 11, the full Monty. They're going to give him 10. They're going to shortchange him. And it should still be a first down. Move them chains, boys. It'll be 1st and 10. Not what you want if you're a Ram fan here. 1:43 to go on the half. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Carbondale 41-yard line. So a 28-14 game sees the Terriers doubling up the Rams. Carbondale does not appear to be in any sort of hurry from their own 41. Out of the gun with a couple of backs. They are looking for the handoff. Ooh, nice seam there. As running room for Macklin out of the backfield. Gets to midfield. Gain of 9 or so. It'll be 2nd and 1, and I would assume we'll have a Carbondale timeout. Timeout is presented by First Mid Bank and Trust. If you've ever thought about starting a business or expanding an existing business, for the 6th year in a row, First Mid has been recognized as the Southern Illinois SBA Community Bank of the Year. Stop by First Mid. Talk to Michelle about making your business dreams come true. First Mid is an equal housing, actually an equal opportunity lender. There you go.
They're an equal lender with every word you can put in the middle.
We have an equal lender back at the station, Big Jake.
What?
Big Jake. Equal lender. See what I did there?
Oh, the bad puns.
I know. I have really nowhere left to go here as we get deeper into the second quarter.
Hugo, you know something I just thought of? I'm highly disappointed. We've done almost 2 years of broadcasts, and we still have not had Joe's Pizza and Pasta delivered at halftime.
Just haven't thought about it. Need to make it happen.
We do. Senior night.
OrderJoes.com. 1:18 left to go.
We don't want to rush them here for this
Last
halftime.
time I did something like that, everybody ate it but me. But us.
Oh, we'll make sure you get some of that.
Didn't care. No. Everybody else in the booth took it, so we don't want that to happen again. Minute 18 left to go. As this will be a fake, and now a pitch to the right side. Good flick there by the quarterback. Ball carrier is Hilliard, stretching it to the 40 inside to about the 37. Gain of 13. It'll stop the clock as he runs out of bounds with a minute 12. So Carbondale dancing in Mount Vernon territory now, up 28-14 here in the second quarter. Minute 12. That's where we are. Minute 12 left to go in quarter two as the ball is tucked inside that near hash on the 38-yard line in Carbondale, Mount Vernon territory, rather. Out of the gun for the quarterback. Play action rolling left. Has some action downfield overthrown, however. And we will have a tip there. That was just incidental contact as he was looking for the likes of Williamson downfield. It'll fall incomplete. Clock stops with 1:06 left to go, 2nd and 10. As we are about an hour and 14 minutes into this game.
And we are 66 seconds of game time away from the Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. An extended halftime for homecoming here in Vernon.
So let's see. How is Carbondale going to play it in the formation? 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Single back out of the gun. The back is Hilliard. Gets a nice block as Ragland looking downfield. Nothing. Rolls left. Throws across the body to the right. Looks like it's Greer. He's going to pick it about the 30. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Looking for the pylon. Touchdown. Surely. They say touchdown. And it's a 38-yard score for Greer and the Terriers to make it 34-14. I was going to say he went pylon, stepped in. There was one official marking him at about the 1, and another one came in and raised the arms for the way it should be, and that's a score. That was a good pass. That was a tough pass across the body for Darius Ragland.
That's just great field presence and presence of mind there to think, okay, I've run to this side of the field. There's nothing here. Yeah, it's going to be a hard throw, but I'm going to make this throw across my body to get it to the part of the field where there isn't anyone over there.
We wait the PAT. And Davis, I believe, is now 20 of 22 on the year.
It is good. 35-14 Carbondale.
So make it 35-14. It's a 21-point game brewing here at Ken Hunt Stadium on the campus of Mount Vernon Township High School. If you're looking for a primary care provider, Crossroads has a team of dedicated providers and 3 convenient locations. Visit crossroadsproviders.com to learn about all of their providers. Crossroads Community Hospital, there for all of your health care needs, where caring is our mission. Trying to figure out my mission at this point. 53.6 ticks to go on this second quarter clock, and the Mount Vernon Rams are trailing 35-14. Terriers will have the football to start the second half. Rams need some big plays here to wrap up quarter 2 and try to get back within 2 scores. Last thing you wanted the Terriers to come out in the second half and get a quick score and stretch this thing to 41 or 42, 43-14. Here comes the Davis kick. Tough handling by the Rams. Who comes up with it? I thought I saw a last effort by Mount Vernon. And they say the Terriers have it about midfield. 49-yard line in Mount Vernon territory. And I'll tell you what, the Terriers are quick enough to score.
Yeah, and then they could really put this one out of reach. And, you know, if you're Brian Lee, that's what he's looking to do.
So Carbondale into the King City to try to spoil these homecoming chances of the Rams. Rams just need a couple of stops. So, empty backfield. 5 receivers, 3 left, 2 right for the quarterback. Ragland, he'll have a man in motion, play action. Ooh, Ragland's going to find some running room, keep it himself. He's rolling downfield, trying to break to the outside, still on his feet at 35, 30. Uh-oh, he's at the 20, 15, 5. Does he get in? He's at the pylon. We wait for it. He's down at the 1. I hate with that signal being so close because your arms go up and you flinch and you say he's in, but that's going to be a 48-yard run for the quarterback, Ragland. You've got to be kidding me. Dang. He's fast.
And it looks like
athletic.
Brian Lee's calling timeout.
Timeout presented by First Mid Bank and Trust on the corner of 34th and Broadway in Mount Vernon. If you're planning to buy a new home, talk to Dwayne Gully at First Mid Bank and Trust. Dwayne can explain the different mortgage options, and you just might be able to move into a new home with less than 20% down. First Mid is an equal housing lender. So 35.3 seconds to go here in the second quarter, and it's 35-14 Terriers, but with a good goal line play, it could just as easily be 41-14. Well, sir.
Althoff Tony Wilt scoreboard update here. Altoff leads Marion 28-20 at halftime. And Hugo, man, what a wrench that would throw in the South 7 race if Altoff upset Marion here today.
Ooh, it would do something. Oh, man.
Of course, Altoff still has to play Cahokia. I think do they still have to play Carbondale? I think they do.
Altoff has played Mount Vernon,
Centralia,
and Marion tonight. Out of the gun with a couple of backs, and this could be an off-tackle run, easy pickings. Trying to find the alternate back. It was not Hilliard.
I can't see the number.
So with 32 seconds, somebody other than Hilliard gets the score from 1 yard out.
And he's not going to turn this way so we can see his number. So touchdown, random guy.
41-14. I don't know if they gave it to Macklin that time, if he ran it in, because he's carried the ball a couple of times tonight.
That would make the most sense.
Kick is up, and it looks good. It's good, 42-14. Well, when I said Carbondale had the ability to score quick, I didn't mean that quickly, but they did. And now 42-14, Terriers on top of your Mount Vernon Rams. 6:30 pregame next Friday night. The Rams on the road at Cahokia. It'll be audio only at WMIXSports.com. Just not enough infrastructure there in St. Clair County in some places. We're able to do it basketball most times with the presence of electricity. Long story. Long story. And now 42-14 Terriers, up 4 scores. And you think about the 14 points off of kickoff issues. This is a 28-14 game. Bit of a different complexion. So Davis will kick off. Probably kick it off somebody again, or at least try to. Why not? If it works, do it. Rams have more issues, and the Terriers are going to not come up with it this time. Good job by the Rams. 29.1 seconds left. I don't know what game plan's going to be here on this set of downs. Terriers will have the football first in the second half.
So if you're Mount Vernon, you want to play Carbondale's game. You want to get a touchdown. You're going into your 30-second drill, 29.1 second drill.
Rams will send Garrett to the left side. They'll have 2 on the right. Maybe a double back set? Nope. They'll send Leak left slot. Rivera the back for the QB. Simmons out of the gun with 29.1 seconds left. 1st and 10 from their own 46. 42-14 Terriers. And we'll just have a quick knee out of the gun. Why not? All right. So that'll take us to halftime, as we'll just have a knee taken out of the gun. And that'll take us to homecoming halftime, sponsored by Joe's Pizza and Pasta. Carbondale 42. The Mount Vernon Rams 14. Waiting for it. They're hovered. That'll take care of it. We're at halftime here in Mount Vernon. The Carbondale Terriers 42, the Mount Vernon Rams 14. We'll take a break, come back with your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
I'm Heather Redman with an update on what's happening in your community from the WMIX94.com community calendar. If you or someone you know is living with Parkinson's disease, join Heritage Woods of Centralia on the second Wednesday of every month at 2 p.m. for their Parkinson's disease support group. Heritage Woods of Centralia is located at 2049 East McCord. For questions or for more information about this group, please call 533-0224. The Mount Vernon American Legion Post 141 Ladies Auxiliary will host Tuesday night bingo every Tuesday night at 816 Main Street in Mount Vernon. Doors open at 5 p.m. with games beginning at 7. Bingo is open to the public. Centralia Manor is proud to host the Diabetes Support Group Learning to Live with Diabetes on the last Wednesday of every month at 2 p.m. in the Centralia Manor Dining Room. Whether you are newly diagnosed or a longtime diabetic, the support group may help you in your diabetes management. Family members and caregivers are encouraged to attend. Please RSVP for this group by calling 533-1200. Centralia Manor is located at 1910 East McCord Street in Centralia. The Mount Vernon AmVets, located at 102 South 17th Street, directly behind Hardee's, is having a Queen of Hearts drawing every Thursday night at 7 p.m. A 50-50 drawing is held immediately after the Queen of Hearts drawing. The public is welcome. Come join the fun. This has been a check of what's happening around your community. For a complete listing of upcoming events or to have your church group or nonprofit organization's event added to our calendar, visit our website and contact us at WMIX94.com or mail us the details to WMIX Community Calendar, P.O. Box 1508, Mount Vernon, Illinois 62864.
Hi, this is Brandon Bullard, the president of the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce, inviting you to the inaugural Southern Illinois Cornhole Tournament, October 12th at Roadhouse Harley-Davidson. The first 128 teams will compete. First place prize, $1,200 cash with a $2,700 total payout. Register now for just $50 a team before October 4th. Call 242-5725 or log on to southernillinois.com for details. Sponsored by First Mid-Bank, Roadhouse Harley-Davidson, and the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce.
If you're looking for a new doctor, look no further than the new SSM Health Provider Finder. Search for physicians online based on conditions and treatments, name spellings and pronunciations, and locations near you. What's more, SSM Health doctors are known for taking the time to listen and connect with you. We call this the healing power of presence. You'll find this helpful tool at ssmhealth.com/doctors.
Here's Jeff Schmidt for Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon.
A lot of dealers advertise at special low prices, but only at Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac can you get the low price plus award-winning service to back you up after the sale. Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac has factory-trained technicians to take good care of you after the sale, and we're here to serve you at Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac.
Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Joe's Pizza in Mount Vernon is known for their outstanding real Chicago-style pizza and pasta, dine-in or carry-out. But did you know that Joe's offers catering? Yes, Joe's Pizza caters everything, no matter the size. But better yet, their prices are just as appealing as their menu selections. Appetizers, salads, pasta and Alfredo specials, and oven-baked specialties like mostaccioli, lasagna, even eggplant parmesan. Just remember, Joe's Pizza caters everything. Call Joe's today to find out more. 242-2600.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show starts now.
AM 940, 96.1 FM, 96.5 FM. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside as Mount Vernon Rams trail the Carbondale Terriers here at the half. It's 42-14. Joe's Pizza and Pasta sponsors our halftime report. Joe's Pizza, the people's choice for favorite Italian, and the Hugo choice for Chicago-style pie in the King City. As we have an extended halftime report here. It is homecoming night here in the King City. Homecoming dance tomorrow. I did try to check in to see if they still don whomever wears tuxes still dons the tuxes here, and I don't know, but still pretty formal on the dress side. Whomever decides to go with that route. But 42-14, the halftime score here. And Kyle, it is what it is, 42-14.
Well, that's the best analysis you can give of it. This Mount Vernon team, they've just been outmatched by a Carbondale team. Clearly, great skill. They are one of the most unpredictable teams in Southern Illinois when you've got Brian Lee as your coach, and that's really what they've done here tonight. And I don't want to get too deep into the stats at this point, but the big number that's jumped out at me so far, looking at the total yards, 394 for Carbondale in the first half, 185 for Mount Vernon. That says a lot. You don't have to explain why Carbondale's up by 4 scores.
Well, we really don't. And It's been one of those games, and we'll talk about it as we take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk some more on this Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Discover a world of opportunities with the 2019 Illinois Regional College Fair at Wren Lake College. Kicking off at 8 a.m. on September 17th, the fair will feature dozens of institutions ready to answer your questions about the cost of college, admission requirements, and the programs they offer. Parents, this is the perfect opportunity to talk to someone face-to-face about your child's academic future. The Illinois Regional College Fair, September 17th at Wren Lake College. For more information, call the college or visit rlc.edu/fair.
Maybe you run. Or just run errands. Either way, you're moving. But what if you're told that you need a joint replaced or back surgery? You go to the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. With fellowship-trained orthopedic specialists in locations all across Southern Illinois, the Orthopedic Center will get you back to an active, pain-free life. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Give them a call at 618-242-3778 or visit them at orthocenter-si.com.
Watch the Rams in stunning high definition at WMIXSports.com. Powered by Wren Lake College.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, WMIXSports.com. With Kyle Norris, I'm Chris Hugo. Glad to be with you from the SSM Health broadcast booth as we continue on this Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. Oh, man, the Mount Vernon Rams trail the Carbondale Terriers here at the break, 42-14. Curious about the tale the scoring and stats are going to tell.
Oh, the stats. Honestly, Brian Lee's Carbondale Terriers are playing the kind of game I would have loved to play in NCAA football when that was still around. Absolute perfect balance for the Carbondale Terriers in the first half. Darius Ragland, 9 for 13 passing, 185 yards, 4 touchdowns thrown by the Carbondale quarterback. Just almost absolutely perfect when it comes to high school quarterback stats. On the running side, 209 yards total rushing for Carbondale. 141 of them go to Gabe Hilliard. Darius Ragland, 2 rushes for 58 yards, and then Tavares Macklin, 2 rushes for 10. Gabe Hilliard has a rushing touchdown. Tavares Macklin has a rushing touchdown as well. 2 of the receiving touchdowns go to Tyrona Williamson. 1 of those receiving touchdowns goes to Clayton Greer, and then the other one goes to LaShawn Newell. Those are your Carbondale stats. For Mount Vernon, your leading rusher, Evan Leake, he's got 60 yards on the day. The other 3 rushers, Kai Maxwell, Marcus Garrett, and Hunter Simmons, have combined for 2 yards total. Hunter Simmons, 101 yards passing. That's the good part. He also has a passing touchdown. The bad part is he is 3 for 11. My math says that's a little under 30%. Evan Leake on the one trick play, 1 for 1, 22 yards. It was a 22-yard touchdown pass. When it comes to receiving, each receiver here has 1 reception on the day. Evan Leake has a 34-yard reception. Lanzel Wilson has a 61-yarder. Anthony Lash has a 6-yard touchdown reception. And Marcus Garrett has a 22-yard touchdown reception. Those are your stats from the first half. And again, the big impressive number that I mentioned before the break. Total yards, Carbondale 394, Mount Vernon 185.
Halftime show sponsored by Joe's Pizza and Pasta, just off the square in Mount Vernon. OrderJoes.com. Take all your friends on game night. It's a people's choice for Italian, as we will check in with some halftime scores, sponsored by State Farm agent Tony Wilt. In the South 7, at the half, Cahokia leads Centralia 14-7. Also at the break, these are all halftime scores, mind you. Altop leads Marion 28-20. In a game that might potentially involve South 7 teams someday, Granite City leads Collinsville 35-14. You never know.
Conferences are going to be gone after next year.
Doesn't mean that there's not things on the horizon for all the other sports. They'll just be gone for football. In the River to River, Ohio, Heron leads Massac 21-14. Benton leads Harrisburg 35-0. River to River, Mississippi, Nashville is doubling up Carterville 34-17. So that is now 34-24 in the third. At the half, although I'm getting word now that's at the end of 3, Anna Jonesboro leads Pinckneyville 7-0. DuQuoin leads Sparta 21-6 again at the half. The rest of these are halftime scores. Black Diamond play, Carmine White County leads El Dorado 14-8. El Dorado trying to avoid what would become a 2-game losing streak. Johnston City surprising Cesarville Waltonville 12-0 at the half. CZR, that's Christopher Ziegler Royalton, and Edwards County are tied at 12. Looks like Fairfield leads Hamco 24-0. Also at the half in non-conference play, Salem leads Charleston 24-17. In the Cahokia, Breeze Central at the half leads Redbud 14-7. Scoreboard update sponsored by Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent in the King City. It's always great to have a hometown agent. Tony Wilt and State Farm are here to help. We have a final score out of Indiana. Gibson Southern beats Pike Central 74-0 in Indiana. So, Tony Wilt, State Farm scoreboard update will take us into our next break. We'll come back. We'll talk about the first half and foreshadow the second half. Mount Vernon Rams trail the Carbondale Terriers tonight on the Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. It's Carbondale 42, Mount Vernon 14. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Here's Bonnie Armandaris on why she chooses Crossroads Community Hospital.
The very first night, every single one of the staff took the time to introduce themselves personally, told me how they personally would help me recover. And they cared. They saw me, Bonnie, the person, not my chart. They talked to me. They listened to me. That's what Crossroads is. They see me. That's why I like them.
Crossroads Community Hospital, where caring is our
One Stop
mission.
Flooring America knows when it comes to your home, you want it all. All the best flooring styles with all the best features. We also know you don't want to spend it all. That's why One Stop Flooring America created the soft, strong, and waterproof flooring sale. Right now, you can save big on Tigressa carpet, or let us show you our wide selection of the beautiful and durable waterproof luxury vinyl plank floors. Take advantage of interest-free financing, and remember, we measure for free and offer a lifetime installation guarantee. Now that's getting it all without spending it all. Come into One Stop Flooring America, 318 South 10th Street, Mount Vernon, 242-5712.
The old saying goes, nothing beats free. Hi, this is Becky Connor at People's National Bank. At People's National Bank, we agree. Our free checking account is just that, free. You get free paper statements, your first box of checks are free, unlimited check writing plus free access to over 33,000 ATMs nationwide with our MoneyPass network. If you like free, and we think you do, stop by People's National Bank today and open your free checking account with only $100. People's National Bank, proudly serving Southern Illinois since 1909. Member FDIC.
It's Ram Power Days at Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports in Nashville. Holzhauer's team of friendly professionals will help you choose the reliable Ram truck that best fits your needs. Come see why so many people choose Holzhauer's. Tax, title, license, and dock not included. Rebates and discounts have been applied. See us on Facebook or go to holzhauers.com. Save on all new Chrysler inventory during Ram Power Days at Holzhauer Auto and Motorsports, Route 127 North in Nashville.
Streaming worldwide at WMIXSports.com. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside the Mount Vernon Rams trailing the Carbondale Terriers 42-14. That is here at the half, and we have an extended halftime thanks to Homecoming, meeting the Homecoming court on the field right now as they're introduced over the public address. Whew. For the Mount Vernon Rams, Cal, just a susceptibility, say that 5 times fast, of giving up the big play, and the Terriers came up with quite a few of 20 yards or more for touchdowns.
You know, this Carbondale team is a team that is known for trickery. Trickery is known for big plays, and for a team that has struggled with tackling. And granted, I'll give Mount Vernon this. There have been instances here tonight where they have made some great tackles, but there has still also been some broken tackles that have led to scores. And unfortunately, until Mount Vernon can completely clean that up, there's going to be a lot of points on the board, and the offense is going to have to continue to put up an insane number of points. And unfortunately, tonight, you've got a Carbondale team that is very good, and you just got to hope you can possibly keep up with them. Just hopefully it doesn't get worse.
Well, that's one thing, is that, Carbondale having the football first in the second half, barring some Ram trickery, that certainly would lead you to think that, oh, man, the rate that they've been scoring tonight, that puts it at possibly 40, anywhere from 48 to 50. And then if they can quickly get one back and again hold the Rams and then score again, you're looking at a running clock with almost no chance to come back. But at least right now, if you can get a stop to start the second half, Cal, anything can happen, and maybe you could come back.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, I think we've seen a little bit more fight in this team here today. I think they are a little bit extra motivated for homecoming here this week. Hopefully they still have a little bit of juice in the tank for the second half, and if they've got some juice, they've got the motivation, and they can actually hold some tackles, not let Carbondale get extra yards. they got a shot. Anything can happen.
Anything can. And what will happen is we will take a break on your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. It is homecoming night here at Ken Hunt Stadium. We're in the SSM Health broadcast booth. They've just wrapped up with the homecoming court for 2019. The dance is tomorrow night here on the campus of Mount Vernon Township High School. We'll take a break, come back, talk some more here as the Mount Vernon Rams trail the Carbondale Terriers 42-14. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
At Community First Bank of the Heartland, October is a special month of caring. That's why your bank is offering our October Cancer CD special once again. For every CD opened or renewed in October, we'll donate an additional portion of the CD amount to help fight cancer locally, partnering with SSM Health, Good Samaritan Hospital Cancer Care, and Crossroads Community Hospital to help raise awareness and much-needed funds to fight this terrible disease. Stop by any of our locations or log on to cfbh.bank to learn more. Community First Bank, member FDIC.
The 2020 Toyota Corolla has made it to the King City. Greater than ever, the 2020 Corolla is the king of compacts, and you can find a great selection at Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon. The Corolla's striking design is lower, wider, and more aggressive, and the pricing is aggressive too, with affordable MSRP and great savings when you check out the Munkin Z price at MunkinToyotaMountVernon.com. Come see why 2020 is shaping up to be the best year yet at Munkin Toyota, just west of the interstates in Mount Vernon.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
AM 940, 96.1 FM, and 96.5. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside WMIX and WMIXSports.com. This is going to be even more extended halftime show. The clock has to stop to allow the band to perform, of course, so be a little bit longer tonight, and that's A-OK. That allows us time to get you some end-of-third quarter scores from elsewhere as they pop up, and we go along. Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime report continues. 42-14, Carbondale on top of Mount Vernon here at the half, and for the Rams, I mean, we can analyze it, we can break it down, we can continue to talk about it, but it is what it is. What I take away from some of our halftime scores is Althoff leading Marion, and after seeing Marion last week here, and seeing Althoff on the road, there was no part of me whatsoever that thought Althoff would hang with Marion.
Absolutely not. And I've got another score for you that we got a team that's undefeated on upset alert, Hugo. 6:15 left in the third quarter. I believe it was 34-14 at half, but Carterville has scored 17. No, it's 34-17 at half. They've scored 14 unanswered here in the third, and now Carterville trails Nashville by 3. 34-31 in the third.
Carterville's struggling. Of course, a new head coach, Brett Dial, who was an assistant for Dennis Druss for quite some time, and comes in, the athletic director taking over, and, a rough start to the year. Carterville appeared that they may be a little down under what they would consider their specifications after missing the playoffs a year ago. So a little surprising there that Carterville's managed to come back. Probably no surprise that Benton is mashing Harrisburg right now 35-0 for lack of a good verb.
Can we also just talk about how good the Benton Rangers have been this year?
They are so improved.
They went from a one-win team last year to they are looking at a playoff spot, or as clinching a playoff spot, getting to 6-0 this week. That's right? They are undefeated, yeah, 6-0.
Frankfurt 34-6 on Saturday, and now just absolutely dominating the Harrisburg Bulldogs. But, not the Harrisburg Bulldogs that you would typically see year in and year out. I mean, this is a Harrisburg team that, if they can't get it together in weeks 7, 8, and 9, could finish the season 0-8.
Yeah.
No game week 3.
Obviously, you don't normally see an 0-8 team to finish a season. But, yeah, this team could end up being winless as, of course, they've already lost to Massac County. Massac broke up their 29-game losing streak to the Harrisburg Bulldogs this year, and so it looks like Harrisburg might possibly be that team that finishes winless if they can't find a victory here the rest of the way.
We will take another break on your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show. Come back and talk about some more games from around the area. Here in the King City, it's the Carbondale Terriers 42, the Mount Vernon Rams 14. This is Mount Vernon football from WMIX Sports.
I'm Heather Redman with an update on what's happening in your community from the WMIX94.com community calendar. If you or someone you know is living with Parkinson's disease, join Heritage Woods of Centralia on the second Wednesday of every month at 2 p.m. for their Parkinson's disease support group. Heritage Woods of Centralia is located at 2049 East McCord. For questions or for more information about this group, please call 533-0224. The Mount Vernon American Legion Post 141 Ladies Auxiliary will host Tuesday night bingo every Tuesday night at 816 Main Street in Mount Vernon. Doors open at 5 p.m. with games beginning at 7. Bingo is open to the public. Centralia Manor is proud to host the Diabetes Support Group Learning to Live with Diabetes on the last Wednesday of every month at 2 p.m. in the Centralia Manor Dining Room. Whether you are newly diagnosed or a longtime diabetic, this support group may help you in your diabetes management. Family members and caregivers are encouraged to attend. Please RSVP for this group by calling 533-1200. Centralia Manor is located at 1910 East McCord Street in Centralia. The Mount Vernon AmVets, located at 102 South 17th Street, directly behind Hardee's, is having a Queen of Hearts drawing every Thursday night at 7 p.m. A 50-50 drawing is held immediately after the Queen of Hearts drawing. The public is welcome. Come join the fun. This has been a check of what's happening around your community. For a complete listing of upcoming events or to have your church group or nonprofit organization's event added to our calendar, visit our website and contact us at WMIX94.com or mail us the details to WMIX Community Calendar, P.O. Box 1508, Mount Vernon, Illinois 62864.
This is Chase Landers with Landers Towing and Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem, your iCar Gold Class collision repair professionals. So what exactly does iCar certified mean? It means that after an accident, you can rest easy knowing your vehicle is in good hands. It means we'll do a complete diagnostic scan on vehicles before the repairs are started and after they're completed to ensure that all electrical equipment and components are working properly. And it means that your vehicle will be repaired using state-of-the-art measuring technology that gets us within 1 millimeter of the vehicle manufacturer's recommended specifications. Whether your vehicle is made of 6000 series aluminum alloy or ultra high strength steel structures, we have the latest technology to complete the repairs required. And now you can receive a repair estimate from us without ever leaving the comfort of your home and office. Just ask us about our new mobile app. Let us show you why Landers is the most qualified collision repair experts in the area. Landers Towing and Collision Centers in Mount Vernon and Salem. Just give us a call, 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
The WMIX and the WMIXsports.com. No the needed for either one. 42-14, the halftime score here in Mount Vernon as the Rams trail the Carbondale Terriers in South 7 Conference play. Woo-wee! As we wrap up your Joe's Pizza and Pasta halftime show, some quick updates. Cahokia Centralia is now 14-7 game. Comanches on top at the end of 3. Other third quarter scores, Benton all over Harrisburg, 54-0. AJ leads Pinckneyville 7-0. DuQuoin 34-6 over Sparta. El Dorado 20 unanswered points to take a 28-14 lead over Carmi White County. That is after 3. And at last check, it was still 28-20 in the Althoff Marion game with the Althoff Crusaders on top in that one. We'll see if we get any other updates. Looks like Olney leads Flora 27-14. Yada, yada, yada.
As I'm texting our color guy over in Centralia right now, just text him. You look at the scores right now across Southern Illinois. You've got 4 very good teams. Nashville, Marion, Cesar-Valier, Waltonville, Cahokia. All of them are on upset alert right now. All of them. That's hard to believe.
Certainly are. Now, the Carbondale Terriers are hoping to get this football back and score again. Last time they had the ball, they scored on 2 plays, like a 48-yard pass or run, rather, and then a 1-yard scamper to get into the end zone. With the Rams having the football at 21.6 seconds left, they took a knee out of the gun. Now here, Rams will kick off, and you wonder if some trickery will be afoot. As we will put 12 minutes on the clock. Halftime over here on homecoming night. Next time we'll be at home, it'll be senior night.
We'll be wrapping up football, and we'll start thinking about basketball. It's hard to believe.
No doubt about that. So the Terriers will have a man deep to return. As Simpson will kick off. To open up the second half as we start the third quarter here in the King City. We'll see what they do here to start things off. Will Simpson try the onside kick? What will the order be from Coach Kessler? As they await for the left-footed boot. And it's going to be a deep kick all the way back to about the 15. Picked up by the Terriers along the near hash, trying to jet to the far side for Greer. He's at the 30, looking at the 35, makes the turn to the 40. To the 45, pushed out of bounds. It'll be first and 10 at the 45 for the Carbondale Terriers. 11:50 to go in the third. We're just underway with the second half. It's 42-14.
And so if you're Mount Vernon, we've talked about how they need to get stops, and they've gotten at least one here today. Maybe two. Don't remember now. They're so few and far between, but they absolutely need one here if they want to have any shot.
Marion again can't come up with a two-point conversion. They now trail 28-26 with 8:40 to go in the third. 42-14 with 11:50 to go in the third here. Carbondale with the football as Hilliard will get a run right up the middle on an inside handoff. Gets about 3, maybe 4 on the play. We'll say 3.5. It'll be second and 6 with 11:40 to go in the third quarter. Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams here on WMIX. Open and renew a CD at Community First Bank in October, and they'll donate an additional portion of the CD amount to help fight cancer. Locally partnering with SSM Health and Crossroads Community Hospital. You can visit cfbh.bank for details. Quick pass to, that's intended for Greer. I don't think he held on long enough for it to be a completed pass. It's going to fall incomplete. What it was is Greer had it, dropped it. It was picked up by a Terrier, so had it been a fumble, it would have been no harm. But it'll fall incomplete. Stays 6 yards to go. It'll be third down at the 49-yard line.
What Clayton Greer just did right there gave me deja vu to some of my athletic days, because that was the kind of fumble that I would have. I'd have it where it's in my hands, and the next thing I know, it's just floating in the air. It didn't go straight down. It went up in the air and just floated there for a second before it finally went to the ground.
Out of the gun, looking to the right side. It's going to be complete to Greer at about the 45, down to about the 43-yard line. Gain of 6 more, actually about 8. That'll be first and 10 for the Terriers. We'll drop below the 11-minute mark on this set of downs with the Terriers leading 42-14. Two left for the Terriers. They'll probably send Macklin to the left side as well in the slot. As we'll drop below the 11-minute mark here, 42-14. Right now, the Carbondale Terriers are on top. Chris Hugo, Cal Norris alongside WMIX and WMIXsports.com. Ragland will hand off to Hilliard, and he's going to roll up the right side. Has running room 30, 25, 20 to the 15, 10, 5. Does he stay in bounds? Sneaks into the end zone. Did he touch out of bounds? They'll say touchdown. The side judge says he's in as well. 44 run. Hilliard, 6, touchdown, 48-14. All right, so 44-yard score for Gabe Hilliard. The Terriers are going to try to make it 49-14. Unreal. As they wait for the PAT. Here's the kick. And good. It'll be 49-14 Terriers. So 10:42 left in the third. Carbondale Terriers 49, the Mount Vernon Rams 14. 35-point game, and really for Carbondale now you start to look to see if you can get a stop and another score and running clock this thing. That's if you're Carbondale. If you're the Rams, you got to keep chipping away.
Hugo, pull out your final sheet. We got our first one of the night here. Anna Jonesboro has shut out Pinckneyville 13-0. That game is final. AJ gets a victory. That is a Tony Wilt scoreboard update, your local State Farm agent.
Man alive. Finals already rolling in. Hard to believe. Those are two teams that like to keep it on the ground, though. 10:42 left in the third here, 49-14 game. Where should you go for care? Visit ssmhealth.com/access/need-care-now. SSM Health, the healing power of presence.
Well, and you got a low-scoring affair in Pinckneyville as well. That is going to make that game move a little faster, too.
Let's see what happens on the kickoff. On the ground. Worm burner. That'll be picked up by Kai Maxwell. He'll fall on it at the 34. It'll be 1st and 10. As the Nashville Hornets have increased their lead 41-31. That's probably still in the third. (49-14) the score here. The Mount Vernon Rams of the football trailing. Ball on their own 34-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. If you need a career change, Rend Lake College offers dozens of programs focused on putting you in a new job in as little as a year. Find out more at rlc.edu. Your journey starts at Rend Lake College. They power our streaming at WMIXsports.com. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. How about 1 to the left, 2 to the right? Double back set here. Flanked was the quarterback, but it's going to be a handoff to Leak, who's tripped up in the backfield by Tavares Macklin. That'll end up being a 4 to 5 yard loss. It'll bring up 2nd down and long. That was a great play by Tavares Macklin.
Evan Leak just had no shot right there. He had his legs taken out from underneath him, and now Mount Vernon looking at a 2nd and long.
49-14. Rams have it 2nd and 14 from their own 30 on the far hash. Now they go 2 left, 2 right. Single back set out of the gun for Hunter Simmons. And the Ram quarterback, as the clock drops below 10 to go here in the third, drops back. 2-step drop. He'll be flushed out of the pocket. He's sacked. He is sacked, and that's a big sack to about the 16-yard line. That's going to be 3rd and forever. 3rd and Dix.
Yeah. You're not kidding.
Woo-wee.
If you want to be exact, it's 3rd and 30, 25.
So 9:23 to go here in the third quarter, 49-14 Carbondale. Rams need to come up with a big play on 3rd down to make this manageable. Or just get all 25 yards now. Hunter's looking to pass out of the gun. Looks to throw over the top. Completes to Garrett. Can he beat his man? He gets a couple extra after the catch. Past the 20, shy of the 25, however. Ended up as a gain of about 6. And so it'll be 4th down, about 1 Niner. And we'll see what happens. One of our great booster sponsors, RP Lumber. Don't pack up your barbecue. Let the barbecue come to you. Still plenty of time to grill. They have the perfect deck in your own backyard. Why not have it? RP Lumber carries the latest quality composite decking materials you need to have a maintenance-free deck. Visit them today and experience the RP difference.
You're making me hungry for barbecue now.
Hungry for life.
I'm always hungry for that. Don't need to talk me into that.
8:25 left as the clock counts. 4th and 19. Terriers have a man back to return between the hashes at about the 43-yard line. And we'll have a timeout. At First Mid Bank and Trust, you can count on familiar faces providing friendly banking service. Stop by First Mid at the corner of 34th and Broadway. Talk with Michelle Maher, Shelley Keeneth, and the entire First Mid team today. So 8:18 left to go in the third. 49-14 Carbondale. Rams with the football, but it's 4th and 19. Ball on their own 24-yard line. They're back deep. Thoughts, Kyle, as the Rams call this timeout on 4th and 19?
This is, unfortunately for Mount Vernon, you're just up against a team clearly out that's just better than Mount Vernon, just overall, and especially here tonight on the football field. And, of course, you want to see Mount Vernon put up some points and put up a fight here. But, man, it's been rough to watch at points, and that absolutely was a rough drive to watch for Mount Vernon.
8:18 to go here in the third. 49-14 the score. Right now, the Carbondale Terriers are having their way with the Rams. The Rams trying to come up with something to do. waiting for the punt. And it's going to be back deep. Greer will pick it up. Nope, he'll let it bounce out of bounds at about the 30. That ends up as a good punt for the Rams. Pins the Terriers back to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Carbondale Terriers, who unfortunately, if you're a Ram fan, Kyle, been able to score at will, but we'll have a penalty.
Oh, and it's
It'll
on
be
Carbondale.
unsportsmanlike on the Terriers. Personal foul.
So where do we put that?
So big penalty here. We'll see where it takes it back. But again, Carbondale's been able to move football tonight. Doesn't matter how far back they've been. They've been able to come up with a big play.
For Carbondale here tonight, they have not had many penalties, just 3, but all of them have been of the 15-yard variety. Mount Vernon, their penalties have been a little bit more, but granted, again, still not as much as we've seen in some games earlier in the season.
Crossroads Community Hospital has 2 new specialists, Dr. Upala, an endocrinologist, and Dr. Sanwankow, a nephrologist. Call 244-4313 to schedule an appointment. Crossroads Community Hospital, caring is our mission. 1st and 10 for the Terriers from their own 15-yard line. 49-14, the Terrier lead. Out of the gun, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. It'll be Hilliard on a sweep to the left side, stretches the field, trying to get to the out-of-bounds marker, and misses a first down just by a couple of yards. So it'll be about 2nd and short here for Carbondale. The clock drops at below the 8-minute mark. So 49-14 the score as we drop below the 8-minute mark. So split 3 to the right side, 1 to the left for the Terriers. Single back out of the gun for the quarterback. And for Darius Ragland, he will simply hand off to Hilliard. Rolls right. Nice running room here. Gets to the 30, down to about the 32. So 49-14 the score.
And with that run, Gabe Hilliard goes over 200 yards rushing on the day.
So 2nd and 3 as Carbondale's killing clock and chunking off yardage. So it'll be 2nd and 3 now for the Terriers from their own 32. 2 left, 2 right. Now back to pass. Spoke too soon. Looks deep downfield. Has Macklin, and he will grab that one inside the 30. Trying to tiptoe on his feet between the defenders. But inside the 30, he's down to about the 28. So that's about a 40-yard gain, if that. Unbelievable. Kurt Zerlini is the newest ag lending team member at Community First Bank. Kurt packs a banking punch with over 15 years experience. Find financing to fit your ag needs from the bank that understands the industry. Community First Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. We're in the 3rd quarter, 6:52 to go. It's 49-14 Terriers. Macklin in motion. Instead, the inside handoff to Hilliard. Up the middle, down inside the 20, 15 to about the 11. And so with 6:41 to go here in the 3rd, it'll be another first down for the Terriers.
Finals are really starting to roll in here.
That they are.
Once we get our next break in the action, we're going to have to get you caught up.
49-14 Terriers. It's 1st and 10 from the 11. Carbondale get a first down without scoring. And now it's going to be a quarterback keeper for the quarterback, Ragland, and he will get in. Almost unscathed. It's an 11-yard score. It is going to be 55-14. So 6:04 left to go in the 4th quarter. It'll be a continuous clock the rest of the way. After the score.
And of course, if you're Mount Vernon, you did not want this to be the result of your homecoming. But this team, like we talked about earlier, this team's just absolutely beat up. They're trying to compete with these excellent football teams down south, and I mean, they're doing their best, but not able to do it. Good news, extra points, no good.
So 55-14 the score. 6:04 left to go here in the fourth. After a nearly blocked PAT is no good. And after kickoff, we'll have a running clock. This is WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. Who will be the next WMIX Sports Josh Finley Country Financial Ram of the Week? See Josh Finley at Country Financial. Learn more about protection for the things in your life that matter most and get started on a plan for a comfortable future. Contact Josh Finley today at Country Financial. Well, Kyle, Carbondale did it again. They just kept finding ways to get downfield, and they certainly did.
And you look at, I'm just starting to think about this here. You look at the overall schedule for the Mount Vernon Rams this year with Triad and Mascoutah, non-con, in the South 7 overall. This could be a preview of their district next year. And, of course, it's been a tough, what you would call a district.
Well, it might be another year down the road, but 6 minutes left to go. The Rams will come up with it at the 41.
Isn't it next year?
Nope.
Oh, really?
21 at the earliest.
Oh, do they move it back?
Nope. That's if it's still a thing.
Oh.
5:48 to go here in the third quarter. Unless I'm wrong, and I have been from time to time.
I thought it was next year.
55-14 score. Terriers right now have a running clock on the Mount Vernon Rams. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. And the Rams are going to look to pass. It'll be Hunter Simmons flushed out, trying to get one downfield, but instead he'll be sacked at about the 25, so that'll be a loss of 17 unofficially. Unofficially, they're going to let him have it at the... Oh, my apologies. I was in the wrong place on the field. That'll be actually about the 26, so not as bad. Still not good if you're a Ram fan. Another great booster sponsor, Wilfred Printing. Large selection of Rams gear. No order customized. Will be too big or too small. Stop by and see them on 10th Street in Mount Vernon, wilfred-printing.com, or find them on Facebook. So 2nd and a long time from the 26-yard line with 4:30 to go in the third.
Let's go with Marion County. It's a ways.
You feel for the kids right now. This will be an inside handoff and chunking off some yardage, but there's a wall of Terriers to go get them. As that was a run by, I think, Rivera. We'll drop below the 4:08 mark, down to the 4-minute mark. And now out of the gun, it'll be Simmons on 3rd and 25, looking for the heave downfield, and now it'll fall incomplete. It's overthrown. So 55-14, Carbondale on top here in the third quarter, about 3:30 remains. If you open and renew a CD at Community First Bank in the month of October, they'll donate an additional portion of the CD amount to help fight cancer. How about it? Find out more at cfbh.bank for details. So 4th and 25 for the Rams. Not as if the game's on the line here, but still for pride, you'd like to see the Rams come up with something. So they're having scoreboard issues, but the clock is running fine up here in the booth, but there seems to be an issue with the wireless disconnect. Is looking for a fake punt. As now we will have between the hashes a run to about the 35. So what's happening is up here in the booth, the clock operators are doing fine. But there, whatever it is wirelessly, you'll see about 10 or 15 seconds jump off the clock on the scoreboard. There's definitely an issue between here and there. Definitely not the people up here.
Technology. Gotta love it.
Wireless is good, and wireless is absolutely horrible at times.
Wired is always great when you can do it.
Microphones, you name it. I'm a wired guy. 55-14, 2:16 left to go in the third. Rams trailing. Turnover on downs. Lee could not get a first down on the fake punt. And now the Terriers will have a backup QB into the game. And now with 1:55 to go here in the third, it's going to be a handoff to number 34, Cameron McKinney, but he's swallowed up. However, we've had a turn of events in Marion and Altough. The Wildcats now on top, 34-28 after 3. So Marion trying to stay atop the conference heat. 1:35 to go here in the third. 55-14 Terriers. They have the football, 2nd and 14 from the 38.
And while things change in Marion, things get closer in Carterville. It's a 3-point game once again.
Now a quick handoff, sweep to the right side for number 34. Cameron McKinney. It'll be another loss. It'll be 3rd down and long. We'll drop below the minute mark here. 55-14 the score. Community First Bank of the Heartlands, the official voice of the Rams. When it comes to flooring, remember your home team, Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply in Mount Vernon. Free design and measurement, along with the largest inventory in the area. Proud supporters of the Mount Vernon Rams. 55-14 Terriers, 34 seconds left in the third quarter, and we'll have a timeout. Sponsored by First Mid Bank and Trust on the corner of 34th and Broadway in Mount Vernon. Half-minute to go here. 1/2 minute to go in the third. 3rd and 13 for the Terriers. They lead 55-14 over your Rams. Your Rams are back at it on Friday night against Cahokia on the road. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock will be your kickoff. You can listen live here on WMIX or audio only at WMIXsports.com. So timeout stops the clock with 31.1 seconds left to go.
Make sure tomorrow morning you wake up with a nice breakfast and the Saturday Sports Show, of course, because it's always great. And of course, I just want to make sure people are listening in the morning.
Absolutely. 55-14 here. It's 3rd and 13. Ball from the 38-yard line for the Terriers on Mount Vernon territory. This is going to be an end. Sweeping and plenty of running room here by 15 to the 10 to the 5. Inside the 5 for Lamarck Threadgill, as that's going to be about a 30-yard gain. It'll bring up 1st and goal for the Terriers with less than 15 seconds to go. So Threadgill, a big run. And with less than 10 seconds to go, I don't think the Terriers will get another playoff here in the third. And that'll take care of the third. We are through 3. It's Carbondale 55, Mount Vernon 14. We'll come back with the 4th. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Hi, this is Brandon Bullard, the president of the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce, inviting you to the inaugural Southern Illinois Cornhole Tournament, October 12th at Roadhouse Harley-Davidson. The first 128 teams will compete. First place prize, $1,200 cash with a $2,700 total payout. Register now for just $50 a team before October 4th. Call 242-5725 or log on to southernillinois.com for details. Sponsored by First Mid Bank, Roadhouse Harley-Davidson, and the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce.
If you have an injury, you may feel like you're on the bench.
Get back into the game with Crossroads Community Hospital in Mount Vernon. Sports injury, chronic and debilitating joint pain, or what about an unexpected accident? Choose Crossroads Community Hospital Orthopedic.
Whether you're an athlete or just used to sitting in the stands and cheering on the team, Crossroads Community Hospital Orthopedics can help you recover from your injury.
Get back in the game. Get back to life with skilled orthopedic care that's close by. Choose Crossroads Community Hospital. back to the SSM Health broadcast booth. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, and WMIXsports.com. Carbondale 55, the Rams 14 as we head to the fourth quarter. Kyle Norris is alongside. I'm Chris Hugo. Kyle for the Rams, just hoping to accomplish some things, maybe learn a thing or two here in the fourth quarter, and we'll see what happens on this first play of the fourth. It's first and goal from the 4. Defense hoping to show a thing or two. And it'll be fumbled on the handoff. The Terriers recover at the 10, so it'll be second and goal.
Final score alert from Evers Field. Cahokia has held on 21-7 is that final. Cahokia over Centralia.
So 11:39 remains here in the fourth quarter. All the action is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland and Mountford and Dix, Woodlawn and Ina, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams. Carbondale will send 2 to the left side, 2 to the right. Single back out of the gun for the new Carbondale quarterback. And in motion, we will have a handoff, and that is sniffed out. It looks like that was intended to be a sweep for Williamson, but he is thrown down hard in the backfield by, I thought, Deshaunce King. And that'll push the Terriers back on third and goal. So 11 minutes to go here in the fourth, 55-14. Terriers, who will improve to 5-1 and become playoff eligible. Rams will drop to 0-6.
What the hell just happened?
And so now, 10:50 mark. And now out of the gun for the Carbondale QB. On third and goal from the 15. Looking to pass downfield, dumps one off of the backfield. That's a great catch by the Terrier. And now fighting along that far sideline and gets in. 61-14. So Funchess will catch that one. And make it 61-14 with 10:33 to go.
We went black. That's something that's still ain't right.
So we wait the PAT here, and that is going to be a 15-yard score for Funchess?
Something like that.
So Davis is on to attempt the PAT. With 10:33 to go in the fourth quarter. That's not a good snap, unfortunately. And the Terriers holder will fall on it with 10:33 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Where should you go for care? Visit ssmhealth.com/access/need-care-now. SSM Health, the healing power of presence. We're in the SSM Health broadcast booth tonight. We're with 10:33 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Carbondale Terriers 61, the Mount Vernon Rams 14. Oh, man. Terriers will kick off. The Rams will hopefully have a chance offensively if you're a Ram fan. Video streaming, all streaming, audio, what have you, for WMIX Sports is presented by Rend Lake College. If you need a career change, Rend Lake College offers dozens of programs focused on putting you in a new job in as little as a year. Find out more at rlc.edu. Rend Lake College, your journey starts here. So 61-14, 10:33 left to go here in the fourth. Carbondale with a sizable advantage over your Mount Vernon Rams on homecoming night.
Another final score alert. Heron nearly became the second victim of Massac here this year, but Heron sneaks out a win 28-26.
Davis will kick off, and that one will be a bucket catch over the shoulder for Evan Leake. Trying to return. He's at the 20. Got his foot caught. Now looking to break to the outside. Now doubles back to the near side. He's at the 30, 35. Running room at the 40. 45. Stiff arm in midfield. Loses the football and fumbles it at the 45. It'll be Terrier football. That'll be Terrier football recovered by Tyshawn Leisure. And it's quite possible that Evan tried to do too much that time and ends up coughing up the football.
I think that play right there is just the absolute definition of this ball game and the season for Mount Vernon. So much potential, but you can't finish it off.
So with less than 10 minutes to play, Carbondale up 61-14 has the football back. Two to the right, two to the left. Single back out of the gun here for Carbondale. Terriers up 61-14, 9:30 to go. This will be McKinney trying to go to the right side on a sweep, then ends up off tackle right back at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Scoreboard updates all night. You've been hearing a ton of scores. Contact your local State Farm agent, Tony Wilt. Having a local agent matters for your insurance. His State Farm team is ready to help. Well, 9 figures for a high school and maybe a scoreboard that'll work at some point.
Eventually. It'll happen. I have faith.
Inside handoff, and this one will be a great carry by McKinney up the far hash, past midfield, down to about the 48. Not bad. Really, though, I mean, it just hangs up a little bit, so it's kind of like when you look up there, you lose 15 seconds at a time if you're not paying attention.
It actually kind of makes the game go quicker.
Mentally, it kind of mind tricks you a little bit.
Honestly, it seems like we should have about 10 minutes left in the quarter, and we already have 8 minutes left.
Next time we look up, it'll say 7. As this will be a handoff to McKinney. Has running room, far sideline, 40, trying to get down to the 35. That'll be first down yardage for the Terriers. Benton Rangers stay undefeated. Harrisburg still winless. 54-0 win for the Benton Rangers tonight. 30-year mortgage rates have dropped to a historic low. If you've been thinking about refinancing, now's the time. Stop by Community First Bank and ask for Jared or Karen and learn how they can save you money. Community First Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. 61-14 Terriers still moving the football. 1st and 10 from the Mount Vernon 38. Ball on the right hash. And this will be McKinney again, but sniffing that out is Gabe Taylor, and that's a big tackle for loss. Back to the Mount Vernon 45, maybe the 46. Could be 6 or 7 on the loss.
In case you didn't know, just looking at their schedule at this point, this is the most points Carbondale's put up in a game this year.
Look at the guy behind his arm. We know. Our clock's messed up, dude.
61-14 score. Terriers on top, and now we will have a inside handoff running left, finding some room. It's a Terrier ball carrier, but we will have a flag. Again, Carbondale's number is very difficult to read, but that was, I think, 10, who is Jalen Jackson. So 6:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Continuous clock game. Rams will drop to 0-6. Carbondale's now 5-1. We're in the SSM Health broadcast booth tonight. We'll have the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show to follow. Scores, stats, more following this one. So 3rd down and something to go here. High snap, but it'll be a pitch to the right side. Jalen Jackson trying to out-chase the runner, and Jackson up the right sideline gets a few on the play. And now 5:30 left to go here in quarter number 4. 61-14 ball game. And on 3rd down and about 4, Terriers are going to try to get the first down. Keep it going. Looking to the left side, looking to the right side, but that's going to be a sack, and that's a big one for Deshaun King. His second big tackle for fourth quarter. And it will lead to 4th down and about 11 for Carbondale as we drop below the 5-minute mark in the game. State Farm agent Tony Wilt sponsored our scoreboard updates. Contact him. Having a local agent matters for your insurance. His State Farm team is ready to help. 4:40 remains in this one. 4th and 11 for the Terriers, going for it with this underclass offense. Underclass in terms of age. High snap, Rutrow. And the Rams will come up with it at about the 49. So they'll have decent field position as they take over. Well, sir, if Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of the Rams, open and renew a CD at ComFirst in October, they'll donate an additional portion of the CD amount to help fight cancer. Locally partnering with SSM Health, Good Samaritan Hospital Cancer Care, and Crossroads Community Hospital. You can visit cfbh.bank for details. 61-14 Carbondale. We've dropped below the 4-minute mark in the game. Rams have the football, 1st and 10 from their own 49. It's a goal line set with Simmons under center. Tailback is Leak, and a bad snap will not even matter because it'll be a false start. Push it back 5 yards from Mount Vernon. So it'll be 1st and 15 with 3:26 to go. Who will be our next WMIX Sports Josh Finley Country Financial Ram of the Week? See Josh Finley at Country Financial. Learn more about protection for the things in your life that matter most. And get started on a plan for a comfortable future. Contact Josh Finley today at Country Financial. Pitch will come to the right side, and this will be Leak. Finding some running room, gets positive yardage for a gain of about 5 to make it 2nd and 10. Maybe 2nd and 9 with a good spot.
Who was the last WMIX Sports Josh Finley Country Financial Ram of the Week? You can go to WMIXsports.com and find all of them.
There they are. Just click on Ram of the Week.
Yes, sir.
Never know who will pop up on there. They just have to be a Mount Vernon Ram.
Yes.
Out of the eye, under center, and this is going to be a nice round for League as he will come back to the near side. Running room at the 40, down to the 35, near sideline 30, 25, dragging a guy or two. Stays in bounds, now pushed out. Shy of the 20 to about the 23. It'll be about a 26-yard gain for League, but there's a flag. It'll be on the Rams. Well, sir, certainly not what you want if you're the Rams. Two minutes left in this one.
And they bring it back, and it's going to end up being like a net gain of nothing. Well, that's fun.
95 seconds to go here in this game. Carbondale 61, the Rams 14. 2nd and something here for the Rams, 2nd and 10. Back to pass is Simmons looking downfield. Off his back foot, looking for Leak. It's complete at the 20. And he will fall down at about the 17. So about a 34, 35-yard catch there for Evan Leak. Well, sir.
His 2 catches tonight have been for 34 yards and 35 yards. That's not bad.
So 61-14 with a minute to play. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Carbondale 17. Calling for it is Simmons out of the gun. He wants Evan and finds him in the backfield down to the 15 after the catch, trying to spin. He tried to stop himself, then spin back around. Stays in bounds, not that it matters. Between the 10 and the 15, we'll call it the 13, gain of about 4. So we'll drop below the half-minute mark here. 61-14 Terriers, 2nd and 7 for the Rams, looking downfield. Looking toward the end zone on a slant, and that one was just a little overthrown. So about 23 seconds left to go in this one, 61-14. So we have just a few seconds left, and the Rams have one final play. The clock kept freezing on the scoreboard. It's nothing with the operators. And it throws back across the body, and it'll be incomplete to Leak, and this one's over. This one is over as the Carbondale Terriers win it 61-14. We'll come back with your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
At Community First Bank of the Heartland, October is a special month of caring. That's why your bank is offering our October Cancer CD special once again. For every CD opened or renewed in October, we'll donate an additional portion of the CD amount to help fight cancer locally, partnering with SSM Health, Good Samaritan Hospital Cancer Care, and Crossroads Community Hospital to help raise awareness and much-needed funds to fight this terrible disease. Stop by any of our locations or log on to cfbh.bank to learn more. Community First Bank, member FDIC.
Missed the fall semester at Glen Lake College? Spring classes are right around the corner. Don't miss another chance to start your journey at RLC. Spring registration is happening now. Give them a call, and their academic advisors will be happy to put you on the path to your educational goals. Call 437-5321 today to schedule your appointment, or visit rlc.edu to get started now. Glen Lake College, your journey starts here.
If you're looking for a new doctor, look no further than the new SSM Health Provider Finder. Search for physicians online based on conditions and treatments, name spellings and pronunciations, and locations near you. What's more, SSM Health doctors are known for taking the time to listen and connect with you. We call this the healing power of presence. You'll find this helpful tool at ssmhealth.com/doctors.
Here's Jeff Schmidt for Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon.
Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac Collision Center is here to serve you, and we have the best collision center in Southern Illinois. Come check us out. We work with all the major insurance companies. We provide transportation when needed, and we will take care of you. Only at Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show starts now.
WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Final score here in the King City. The Carbondale Terriers 61. The Mount Vernon Rams 14. Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac sponsors our postgame show. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside. We'll come back with some scoring and stats of this one. As the Terriers are playoff eligible, they're now 5-1. But the Rams still looking for that first win. Now at 0-6. We'll take a break, come back. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Here's Bonnie Armandaris on why she chooses Crossroads Community Hospital.
The very first night, every single one of the staff took the time to introduce themselves personally, told me how they personally would help me recover. And they cared. They saw me, Bonnie, the person, not my chart. They talked to me. They listened to me. That's what Crossroads is. They see me. That's why I like them.
Crossroads Community Hospital, where caring is our mission.
Small business is the backbone of our communities. It's a good feeling to know that one loan to a business benefits everyone in the community. Hi, this is Dan Knox, commercial banker with People's National Bank in Mount Vernon. We pride ourselves on providing quality products and services to meet the banking needs for our people that work and live right here. Since 1909, our focus continues to be on you, our customers. People's National Bank. It's our people that make the difference. Member FDIC.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
AM 940, 96.5 FM, and WMIXsports.com. With Kyle Norris, I'm Chris Hugo. 61-14 the final score as the Carbondale Terriers win it over your Mount Vernon Rams. Kyle has some scoring and stats of this one.
And the biggest stat you need to know here in this ball game, just the difference in total yards on the day. For Carbondale, 575 yards of offense. For Mount Vernon, just 210. And if I remember right from the first half, they had 162 at halftime, which means just 48 yards of offense in that second half for the Mount Vernon Rams. Led today for Carbondale, Darius Ragland, 11 for 16 passing, 239 passing yards, and 4 touchdowns on the day. Carbondale led in rushing by Gabe Hilliard, 18 rushes, 218 yards. He had 2 touchdowns on the day. And the receiving touchdowns here today, LaShawn Newell had one, Tyrona Williamson had two, Clayton Greer had one, and DeMarcus Funchess had one as well. For Mount Vernon on the day, Hunter Simmons, that very bleak completion percentage went up a little bit in the second half. Still, though, 6 for 17 on the day, 146 yards with a passing touchdown in the second quarter. Evan Leake had the running back pass, 1 for 1, 22 yards, that 22-yard TD pass. Evan Leake was your leading rusher on the day, 14 rushes for 67 yards. But unfortunately for Mount Vernon, their total rushing yards on the day just 42, as Hunter Simmons sacked quite a few times. He ended up with negative 27 rushing yards on the day. And, of course, your two scoring plays for Mount Vernon today, the running back pass from Evan Lake to Marcus Garrett for 22 yards, and then Hunter Simmons to Anthony Lash on that very good drive in the second quarter to make it 28-14, but that was all Mount Vernon can muster. 61-14, your final.
Final score here. Mount Vernon remains winless. Carbondale improves to 5-1 and are playoff eligible. We'll take a break, come back with your 3 stars of the game. On your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show, this is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
If you're looking for a new doctor, look no further than the new SSM Health Provider Finder. Search for physicians online based on conditions and treatments, name spellings and pronunciations, and locations near you. What's more, SSM Health doctors are known for taking the time to listen and connect with you. We call this the healing power of presence. You'll find this helpful tool at ssmhealth.com/doctors.
The Rend Lake College Warriors are back in season. Check out the new site at RendLakeWarriors.com. See scores as soon as they're final. Follow your favorite teams, track stats, get schedules, and read the stories. Register for free as a VIP member, and you will also get special access to deals on RLC merchandise, tickets, and news. Don't wait. Become a VIP at RendLakeWarriors.com, the new home for RLC Athletics Online.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The 3 stars of the game are next.
WMIXsports.com one final time. The Carbondale Terriers win it tonight over your Mount Vernon Rams, 61-14, the final score. Chris Hugo, Kyle Norris alongside. Kyle, who are our 3 stars of the game?
I already mentioned them in the stats because they're basically going to be the stat leaders for Carbondale for third and second star. Third star of the game is going to be Gabe Hilliard. Their running back, 18 rushes, 218 yards unofficially. 2 scoring TDs, a 41-yarder and a 44-yarder here today. The 41-yarder in the first quarter, the 44-yarder in the third quarter. He's our third star. Darius Ragland, the second star, 11 for 16 passing, 239 yards, 4 touchdown passes on the day. Darius Ragland, Carbondale quarterback, your second star. First star of the day, going to give that to Evan Leake, of course, because he did it all for Mount Vernon once again. 14 rushes, 67 yards, 3 receptions, 73 yards, and then 1 for 1 passing, 22-yard passing touchdown, the first score of the game. Evan Leake is your first star here tonight.
Now, Kyle, for the 6th time this year, the Mount Vernon Rams have to shake it off and find a win next Friday night. Cahokia is not an easy place to play.
Absolutely not. And, Cahokia is still maybe thinking a possible conference championship after beating Centralia today. And, I don't think that Marion game's final yet. They were leading as of last check. But if Althoff somehow finds an upset, it's going to make things interesting. And, you're going to have a Cahokia team that could still be looking at conference championship aspirations, and they're going to want to get a victory on a Mount Vernon team they believe they should beat.
Well, they certainly will. And for the Mount Vernon Rams, it's just a case of pride at this point. I mean, nobody wants to have a winless season, and so I think you have to have the attitude of let's go in, let's play spoiler.
Absolutely. And, I think Mount Vernon did have some good moments here tonight. I just think that biggest issue that continues to haunt this team is they cannot complete tackles. It's been the biggest issue all year, and they still cannot find a way to figure it out.
Well, they have certainly been on the struggle bus, if you will, in that regard, but hoping they can find a way to overcome it with plenty of practice this week. You'll have the conversation with Coach Kessler tomorrow on the Saturday Sports Show. That'll be after the 8 o'clock news right here on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. Kyle, any final thoughts?
See you next Friday night. Let's hope it's better.
Absolutely. The Rams will be on WMIX. Listen live at WMIXsports.com. We will not have video the next 2 weeks due to various restrictions and infrastructure. As we will bring you Rams football the next couple weeks, return home with video Friday, October 25th against the Mount Carmel Golden Aces. For Kyle Norris, for Zach Mattmiller, for Brianna Sanders back at the Mount Vernon studio, I'm Chris Hugo. Final score tonight, the Carbondale Terriers 61, the Mount Vernon Rams 14. So long.
Mount Vernon Rams.